Alright, let's keep on going. Alright.
Sup, Black Sparrow? You just started playing PoE. You can see why I like these games, dude. I love these games so much, man. It's the customization. Great. It's the customization, it's the fun of making something that works. I mean, sometimes I've made builds and they've failed. Like, it's part of, like, the learning process. I don't think any good content creator's ever made, like, a failure, or hasn't made, like, a failed build. Because then I feel like you haven't experimented enough. And sometimes it's because you don't, like, realize one line of text is, like, counterintuitive. Like, it doesn't work because, you know, you had some idea and it's, like, it counts as, like, a pyro skill, which is not a what's it called skill, and there's all these other things. There's extra stability too, I don't really mind.
Your death has come.
What else want to get some extra int. I have to actually get some more points into something else for this one. I'll get some more int and vitality on that one. Ooh, that's actually maybe kind of useful. I want that unique over there. You guys see that unique? We're gonna be getting it. You just learned about how linking support. Oh, okay. If you just learned about linking in PoE, man, that's like super exciting. It's so cool because like you're customizing your own skill, right? What's up, Benjamin? This game have limited time events where you can pick it up and drop it. Oh, you're talking about like seasons? Yeah, Benjamin. They call them cycles in here. Same thing though. What's up, Mr. Pizza? I'm gonna make you want to buy this game, dude. The game's good. It's 35 bucks. It's not even like full price, but you know, if you gotta wait, you know, the game just came out. I'm gonna be honest, it probably won't go on sale, like because it's already a discounted game. You know, it's not like a 60-buck game. some of the purple stuff.
Death will not take me.
You know, elites is just like all normies. $95 fizz damage? Let's see. Armor. Got a good amount of armor, but. It's actually not that bad. Endurance threshold.
Yes.
Poison damage? Ooh. Dang, it's making me want to build that Righteous Fire variant. Oh, whoops. We didn't want to actually sell the key. Oh, whoops.
Take care.
It's fine. Alright, let's keep it pushing. We're gonna get a guaranteed legendary one. This is better than D4? In some ways, yes, for sure. Like 100% better than D4. Like, no questions. No doubt about that. Like, the endgame in this game is so legit. The character builds are so legit. The campaign's, like, the one thing that, like, this game is so bad, man. Like, it's objectively, like, Resident Sleeper. Puts you to sleep. But, to me, it doesn't matter. I don't really care too much about endgame. I don't care about early game. Like, I don't care about the campaign in Diablo. Like, the campaign was cool in Diablo 4. Like, I enjoyed it. But, like, you only do that kind of stuff once, you know? After I do the campaign once, I'm not going to do the campaign, like... I'm not going to sit there and just play the campaign all day, you know? Like, Diablo 4, I beat the campaign 2 times, and then that was it. Like, I had enough. That was enough for the campaign. Like look at this elite. Look at these elites. Just deleted instantly. Ooh, guaranteed legendary shield. The slab with 1 legendary potential. It's probably not the thing I'm going to save, but like I'm just going to keep them all real quick, just so in case we want to make some other build. A screen ripple from top to bottom? I don't know what you're talking about. You can try like updating your graphics drivers. I mean, this is like such a small amount of XP, like the Tomes of Experience. I think, yeah, the Tomes of Experience, to me, aren't really worth it at all. Like, they're so small. Oh, wait, there's a shrine right here at the start. What is this? Damage for reflection. Okay. And then we're going to be playing our new build right after this. I'm going to be leveling up my rogue, which is my actual class that I want to play. Well, it's going to be a falconer, but... I mean, this build is really good though. It's gonna make me kind of miss it, but I gotta play that other build because I like it. I like rogues. I mean, look at this. Look at this elite kill. Holy jeez. That's what these do. We're going to use a traversal skill. Dex, increase health regen. I don't really have too much use for that. Not on this character or my other one. I don't know if it's on offline mode, but I actually have like the Boots of the Mountain thing. I gotta go check if we have those. There's like these unique boots that are like so godly that we had. We just got them to drop, but I don't remember if I got them offline or online, which is kind of unfortunate, because if it's offline, then we can't even use it. But if we get it online, then it's gonna be absolutely god tier. Because it's +1 damage. Oh, Odachi, that's a two-handed Japanese sword. Very, very long two-handed sword.
Will not take me.
We're just blazing. Is there multiplayer? Yes, Benjamin, there's multiplayer. You can trade with other players. Although, like, it's not like PoE trade where you have to, like, message them. You just, like, go to this, like, it's called the Bazaar. And it's relatively automated. Think of it kind of like an auction house, but you actually have to physically go there. But it's pretty easy to go. You just literally open it up on your map. I'll show you it very soon. I'm just gonna go finish off this, clean this area up just a little bit. Let's go next. Boom, some gold. Alright, go ahead and activate this. Alright, so we have another one of these. We're gonna get some more int. Ooh, let's go. I like how they just shower you with loot in this game. Like it's so generous in this game.
Will not take me.
Probably never gonna use this wand, but Look at that thing, it just melted. Blaze him.
Your death has come.
Every build is legit so far. I tried marksman. Ah, yes, I actually have. I did multi-shot and it's viable. Like pretty much in this game, most of the stuff works. And I say most of the stuff works and because like I played Diablo 4 a lot, and a lot of the builds in Diablo 4 do not work. Like and I'm talking about like end game, like unique, crazy like builds like do not function in Diablo 4. Like, you cannot run an Isidora's build. It does not work. Like, you can have 1100 intelligence in that game, and that's what the thing scales off of. And that's pretty min-maxed. And the build still sucks. And it requires you to be in World Tier 4 to get the unique Isidoras. You can get a perfectly rolled one, and it still sucks. So, unfortunately, yeah, some skills are just like that, man. Or like Dolmen Stone, if you've ever tried to do Sigil 100s with Dolmen Stone, that thing is absolutely cheeks, man. They need to buff some of the items. Or like Scoundrel's Leathers, absolutely terrible item as well. Look at that. That was a boss. Just came out. Frenzy. The rest of the stats kind of suck on it. Cooldown recovery speed is not that bad. 4% is really low. I think it's too low. Too low. We're gonna go swap to Ranger after this. Yes, which I'm excited about. We'll go with this. Let's go next. Give me the loot. What do we got? Ooh, a rogue mana. Efficiency with decoy. Huh. Oh, we got a relic. Ooh, what is it? What is it? What is that ledge, man? Let's see what is that? What is that? Acolyte skills. Wow. 24 Weaver's Will. What's Weaver's Will? As you slay enemies with this item, the equip will gradually rebuild itself, granting a... Wait, what the hell is this? Each new affix, tier 1, no more than 4 affixes. So you get 4 extra, like... Wow, that's so cool for an item. So it just gets stronger and stronger as we, like, kill with it. It's more of like an experimental item, so... Let's go ahead and now do one of the... can we do one of these? The Fall of Liadra? Let's go do this boss. See how... So, you want to play as Paul? Oh, it's out now, yeah. Do it, man. What you waiting for?
What brings you here?
This boss can one-shot, though. Well, I mean, a lot of bosses in this game, they will one-shot you. You just have to, like, not get hit.
Safe travels.
Same thing in PoE, though. Like, there's just some bosses where you're really not supposed to just tank them.
meetings.
It's the boss? No way. Okay, there's one more. And then we fight the boss. I thought that was the boss. I was like, geez, I know the damage is good for this build, but I didn't think it was that good where, like, yeah. I don't know if these are called pinnacle bosses. At the very end, they're supposed to be kind of like one. The AI is stuck over here. This happened before. And what you have to do is you have to just kill everything. Where is it? It'll fix itself sometimes. Sometimes you have to reset. I had to reset this one last night like 2 times. Oh, once because I ripped on it, but you should have console. Maybe, man. Maybe it'll come out on console. But yeah, right now it's PC all, man. Alright. Look at the boss. Look at the boss's HP, man. Holy. It's pretty fast, man. Pretty fast. Alright. Woo, maybe we'll finish this like timeline. This is kind of fun. We gotta go to dark ascent. Let's go next. Go next. I'm gonna miss this build, man. It's pretty solid, and we don't even have like we're not even close to min-maxing. Our amulet literally does nothing right now. My walking and shooting is hard. Oh, dude, this game is like. Have you ever played Diablo Mortal Controller? It literally is like hacking, like levels of good. Like, do you see how good my stutter stepping is? This is like absolutely min-max stutter stepping. All you have to do is hold down the button. That's like the easiest mode possible. Like most games like this, like they won't let you do like the stutter stepping this good because it's like it's such a huge advantage. It's like you just have to constantly spam and hit shift, but it like perfectly does the animation for you. So very easy. How am I playing this? It's taking you forever to load the zones. Jordan, last night the servers were pretty bad. Up until, I don't know, like 9 p.m. or something like that. Then they like really got fixed somewhere around that time. Like the servers are working like 100% now. I think it's actually 100% fixed. Like no troll, you know. It's actually fixed. This thing's about to pop right now instantly. Holy. Oh, there it is. was so fast. That was. Now we're on to the act boss, right? This is like the last boss of this area. Dang, didn't even drop anything. Nothing. All right, so good though. Oh wait, we can do the ruins. So this is, what's the boss over here? The Fallen Osprey. Hopefully we can do it first time, man. Let's go. So
now that is a big mushroom.
Oh, it's gonna be a big mushroom right here, man. All right, you guys ready? Gonna be fighting the boss. Big boss time. I think actually it's coming up over here. It's actually after this. All right, let me go ahead and summon all my minions. All right, guys, ready for big boss fight. So the Black Sun. This is actually a pretty cool looking boss too. It's Raya, the Black Sun. Let's see how fast we can melt it. I mean, most of these like pinnacle bosses, you're not supposed to melt in like one hit, but we're doing incredible damage. Holy! I mean, the fact that we've already got it down that far, holy! Just don't get hit by that thing. But this build, I mean, it kind of covers up a lot of the real estate. Oh my gosh, this build is so good.
This hate, this despair, oblivion burns within you. This world ends. Do you deny it? My shadow will cover this world.
And it's already halfway down. Wow, that's really good.
This hate, this despair, oblivion burns. This world ends. Do you deny it?
Your death has come.
My shadow will cover this world once more.
Alright, you almost got it. Dude, that was so easy, man. That was ridiculously easy. Alright, Shred Void Res. 41 HP. Ward gain on kill. 41 health is actually pretty damn nice, though. I think we get the ward on kill, though. Let's get that pair of gloves. What did we get? Let's check it out. We got a unique gloves, a trophy. So penetration against all resistance for damage over time. Ooh, damn. That's really making me want to play that one build. Damage over time. Well, you have an ailment. Oh my! Like I said, they're really making me want to play this Righteous Fire build. They just gave me this, which is, it's got increased poison damage. So it's 86 plus another 160. I mean, those two stats alone are just huge. But yeah, I might actually build that. 10 Fizz res. Ooh, throwing mana cost is good. Physical res 50 HP. But we need the base of like minus mana cost, and then we have 2 minus manas, and then you can get extra mana. But like we just absolutely just deleted that boss, dunked on him. But now, what do we got? Oh, we're done with this one, right? Yeah, we're done with the Black Zone. We can move on to the next. The next, is it only available on PC at the moment? Yes, mate. Yes. Have I messed around with the mage class? I have. I've played all the classes in the game, but I couldn't really tell you class for like, I played it for like 20 minutes and I was like, eh. I just didn't like the way the character looked, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't really like the old man either, the mage. But I think the servers are working finally, guys. So now I can actually play what I wanted to play. The reason why I was playing this is because I wanted to make like a full walkthrough build guide, and it was just like the servers were too laggy. It was like unplayable. The servers are working 100% so far, Taylor. So like, I haven't had any issues today. Not one disconnect. I hope I didn't speak too soon, but yeah. Because what I want to do is a full walkthrough YouTuber, like full walkthrough of the whole campaign guide, and just little things as we went along. What is this? Oh, I have better gear. Do we have a better bow? Oh, whoops. Oh. It's fine. None of these aren't really that like useful, anyways. All right. So, Keeper Vault. Where were we going? I think we were going over here. Where was I supposed to go? What's the name of the quest? Hold on. I need to grab like one thing real quick. Where's the last epoch part? Oh, this is easy. Oh, I think it was this one. Right, this is our little walkthrough. What was the next part? Okay, speak with Lena at the Keeper's... Oh, it's called the Shard. The Shard. Okay. So yeah, we're still good. We are still good.
Everything okay? What? That must... And off. What? That must... We have their camp. Are you sure? You'll stay safe. Stay alive. And bring Balthus back.
Alright, let's go. Gender lock classes feels kind of odd in 2024. They should open it up. You have buddies that skip out on really good classes because they have to play a guy. Yeah, I like playing hot girls too, man. But honestly, like, the Acolyte is probably the hottest character in the game, and it's like very I think she could have been hotter too. Last epoch isn't new? Question mark? Throwaway, it definitely is brand new. It just came out like two days ago. And actually pretty much just came out last night because the servers didn't even work until now. It's just any like rare bow. Ooh, nice. We got an int shard. This is good for my other character. Alright, so what are we getting? Yeah, I think we just slam as much points as possible into Dax in the very beginning. Oh, there we go. I just saw a yellow bow. Let's see, what does it do? What does it do? It can't be worse than what we've got. 18 bow damage. Okay, so we get 6 damage, increased fizz, chance to ignite. Alright, what do we got here? Minion damage, throwing damage. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't count as throwing. Like, I was wondering if throwing, I mean, like, you're kind of throwing an arrow, right? But that's not exactly how it works. What gloves are we running right now? Oh, it's not even. Wait. 32 armor, increased leech rate. Well, we don't even have the ability to leech, so it's not even like worth it. Feels like an old game. Oh yeah, definitely. Like this game, like it could have come out in like 2012. Like it's fine. Like for me, I don't really care. The graphics aren't even good. The most important thing for me in any video game is like, am I having fun? You know, that's the point of a video game. And if you can't have fun if the graphics aren't good, then hey, that's all good, man. Diablo 4 is probably up your alley. I think that's the best looking game right now for action RPGs. That and then like Wolcen. Wolcen still looks pretty damn good, man. Like as old as that action RPG is, it still looks like one of the best. How many acts? So it's 9, I remember. So 9. You're looking at roughly about 8 hours. If you're like, how long does it take to get to the end game in this game? That's about the time frame that you're looking at. Alright, so I have to put 2 points in that. It costs mana to shift. It's fine though. Like this thing is so good in the very beginning of the game. Diablo 4 is let down. I just think the end game, like I actually think the campaign was pretty solid. The end game is what like needed a massive it still desperately needs a massive like rework. I'm gonna make use out of the shrine now. Okay, let's see what this does. We get 18 bow cold damage. Ooh. Well, what does this do? 168? Ooh, 154. This is health on kill, though. I think this is better. Gives flat cold. This path is not path to fix. What's up, Wild? How you doing? Now we at the Bausch. The Bausch. But I'm gonna take a quick piss before I fight the boss, but we're gonna be melting him. I'll be right back in 10 seconds. Alright, you guys ready for boss? You played all the ARPGs at the moment's not hooked me like D2. No, I feel the same way, Nacho. Like Diablo 2. Path of Exile is really good too, man. Definitely really good. You should check out that game. Oh, we have some skill points. Bam. More bleed. Is there speed? Oh shoot, oh shoot. Alright, that's fine. Oh, that's a big damage. Like how that still registers, doesn't it?
The epoch is ours! Raya, aid me!
Still damaging him. That would probably one-shot me, so.
Raya!
No, get me out of no, it. I the if more than that. Not which. Speaking of, let's get back to camp. I must reach Lena at once.
Okay, there we go. What's up, Rav? How you doing? The art style of Diablo 4. I know, man. Dude, Diablo 4 looks so damn good. It's my favorite looking game in terms of action RPGs. By a long shot is my favorite looking game. Alright, so now we can continue on right where we left off from our playthrough. Alright. So, now we can finally play online. So this is going to be our part 2 of the entire walkthrough and campaign of Last Epoch. So, I've actually already completed towards the end game on another character on the online, but we had made an offline character for part 1 because, well, the servers weren't working. So now we're actually online. We're on part 2 here. I'm pretty much the same exact level. I have still trash gear. It's not like there's any real difference here, although we do have a bunch of gold, and that is because I played another character, but I'm not going to use a bunch of gold or anything that would make the playthrough super different here. So let's go ahead and continue, because last time we left off, we just got into crafting, and we're going to continue.
He's back. He's been
And do more of the campaign. And one thing that's important, and I actually did this intentionally, is that we did not do one of the side quests. Now, this is very important for anyone that wants to play this game. There are side quests that you do want to do, and there are side quests that you do not want to do. It's going to warp us to another area, but it's fine. The servers hopefully will be 100% working today. I say that as it's stuck in this loading screen. But what is important is to actually look at the quests. So if you hit M, which should be the default key to open up the maps, we're also supposed to warp in, so hopefully the servers are okay now. But anyways, if we look at the quests over here, see some quests you just have to, you can check and see what the rewards are, and some of the rewards will be a passive point. Now, you can do this at the end of the game, it's just like any other action RPG, or you can do it earlier on. So, okay, we finally warped in. Okay, so the servers may be a little bit spotty here, but for the most part, I would say it is a-okay. In terms of what we should be doing. So we're just going to take the shard and we're going to get to the next area. Eventually, though, we're going to go back and do one of the quests. And I actually did this on purpose because I wanted you guys to be able to see the certain quests. Like, for example, this one over here, we can complete it. And this is the yellow quest. The yellow quest you have to do. It's part of getting towards the end game. But these other quests here, like this one is technically kind of optional. And I say kind of optional because some of these are part of the main quest. But if you look at the quest and it says gold and XP, then you don't have to do the quest. It's better that you just reach the end game because, well, you want to reach the end game as quickly as possible in pretty much every action RPG so you can get the good loot. So this one over here says passive points. There's passive points and there are idols, and we'll get into what an idol is when the time comes. If you played Diablo 2, it's basically just charms. So let's go ahead and continue, and we're going to explore. Once we get to the next waypoint, we're going to warp back to the other area to complete the storerooms. And I did that intentionally so you guys would learn, to not just do every quest that it comes up, because it's a waste of time. There is one optional quest that gives you a legendary, which we will do. I think it's worth doing, unless you happen to roll really good gloves. But the key in any action RPG is to kind of shoot and move. You don't want to feel like you have to clear out everything. But if you skip out on too many monsters, you may get behind in terms of XP. So we're just going to skip most of the dialogue. It's not something I'm a huge fan of in action RPGs, where like you have to sit there and they just talk. Like it worked in Diablo 2 because it was like, you know, limitations of like, you know, RAM and like having like the characters maybe have full narration walking with you, and technology was different back in the day. But this day and age, I actually do like Diablo 3's design in its narration, where like you get a follower and it talks to you as you progress, so you're kind of like playing and you're hearing the story, versus like holding still, making your campaign play through several hours longer because you're listening to the dialogue. Some of these do have options though. There is 2 that you do not want to spam, and just kind of let's like get to the next area as quickly as possible. You actually do want to select one of the options. I think that's like right here is one of the options. So you can get a amulet that gives you crit every X amount of like seconds, which is not very good. Or you can get the gloves that gives you 13 like all res, which are very, very good. So we're just gonna keep on going, and we're gonna eventually get to it like a little town here. And we're gonna turn in an item very soon. But if you see any of these little blue crystals, you do want to go ahead, like this one over here, you see the blue crystal, it's a side quest. Now, again, you don't have to do all the side quests, but you want to look at them. I don't know all the quest names off the top of my head that you need to do. Like in D2, I can tell you every single like quest that gives you like, you know, attribute points, or like, you know, the golden bird that'll give you some extra HP. But like in this game, I just click over here and I see, okay, there's a passive point. Okay, we do that one. This one has a passive point. We do that one. Now we're gonna go back over here, but it's fine. It's not like super long. So I'm actually gonna go back and do that one now because it's a passive point. It'll help our progression. And what I'm putting most of my points into pretty much is just this dex. If you need a respec, you can go to the NPC in town. I think we talked about that in the very first one. It just looks like a brain. We're actually going to go to the storerooms over here. And they have like a really confusing menu system where you have these different timelines. And it's because the game was inspired by Chrono Trigger, which is a really cool game, I think, for the SNES. Anyways, so if you go to these eras, so this is basically like different timelines. So if I want to go over here and complete the quest, I got to go to a different timeline. So I'm going to go to the divine era because it tells me that this is the storeroom saboteurs, which gives us a skill point. So I'm going to warp from the fortress walls. There's a yellow line to go to the storerooms. So we're going to go from fortress walls to the storerooms. Now you can do all of these side quests later. I'm just going to knock them out as we progress because I'd rather have the skill point. But this one's like super fast. It's just killing like an enemy. Okay, so minimum level skill increase. So that means if we respec into the skill, we can essentially have the ability to have our skill points, like it'll be like at least level 2 versus it starting out at level like 1, which is much, much better. Now you can see over here there is, you can get cooldown reduction. I like to get 2 points in this just so we get some heals, and it makes it really easy. This one also restores mana, which is actually kind of useful later if we are using an ability that does give us it costs resource, because right now puncture is free, but later we're going to use abilities that cost money. We're actually going to spec into turrets, and we're not just going to walk. It's going to be kind of more of a walking simulator, but you can always use like attack speed or any other stat. Now this one doesn't have attack speed, but you can look up speed. We have, let's see, cooldown recovery speed. We have a buff duration, so we get extra movement speed. I like that one. I think that one's pretty cool. If I put 2 points into this, then I can get this increased movement speed for a short duration. I like that. So this one's good. It's up to you on what you feel like you need. Honestly, you can just get like plus 60 health every time you dash. That's actually fantastic too. It doesn't really matter too much. There's another one over here where it grants you jade arrows, and you get increased critical strike chance, and then also you can like do poison. Over here, you can also throw a shuriken. I'm just going to get this one just to show you because I think it's actually a pretty cool looking one. A lot of these like free skills, attack speed is actually kind of nice to have. Now this one does more damage, but you lose attack speed, so you got to watch out for that. Every 4 seconds, the next few direct uses of it has increased attack speed, so you can wait every 4 seconds and then you have like a burst of attack, which is actually not that bad. You can run this thing where you get to have these little arrows that come down. It's up to you on what you want. I don't really like losing attack speed in any action RPG, especially in the very earlier stages of the game. I like this right here. So granting us Frenzy, which gives us 20% attack speed. Now, it only lasts 2 seconds, but as long as I'm attacking, it's pretty good. There's poison chance, there's extra You can convert a lot of the stuff from bleed to poison or physical to lightning on this. There's a lot of different things that you can swap, but Frenzy is really good to have. But this, I believe, has to connect with the target. So if you want to move and shoot, you can put 2 points in it. I usually just get 1 point. I think it's like fine. Because later, we're not even going to be using this skill that much. Super late game, we're going to go back to this skill. But I just like running the turret and just moving. But this is okay to have because it applies bleed. We could respec out of a couple different things if we want to. I just like the dash for the heal. It actually is fantastic to have. But right now, when I dash, you'll see it throws a shuriken. Now, it does some small damage, but you know it'll add up over time. And click on all the shrines because some shrines will give you extra movement speed. And even if it's like slightly out of the way, it is still 100% worth it to grab the shrines most of the time. Do they actually have a tank? Sentinel would be probably your tankier class. The Druid is actually pretty tanky. Well, you start off as the Primalist and then you go Druid. Cedric, is that a PC game? Yes, this game is only on PC for now. I don't know if it's coming to console. I don't know if it ever will come to console. I'm assuming that any game developer would want their game every single spot. Like they would, if they could make this game on mobile, they'd probably want to do it too. But this is like the little boss that you fight for the extra passive point. You just shoot and move. It's pretty easy. And then you touch this, and then that's it. That's the quest. And you just leave. And then you're done. You're playing last night and you were confused. How do you unlock subclasses? So, at about level 15... Oh, there's another NPC we can talk to over here. There we go. We got the passive point. Okay. So, we finished the quest over here. So, how you get your secondary class, you have to put 20 points into your base class. Our base class is the Rogue, and then we can go Falconeer or Blade Dancer or Marksman. You have 3 different options. Which one do I think is the best? Right now, Falconeer is so incredibly OP that, like, it doesn't matter. Originally, I'll be honest, I was going to go Blade Dancer. I already have a Blade Dancer offline because the servers were down, so I was playing that as well. But Falconeer is, like, by a long shot so overpowered right now. There's 2 classes that got added in the game, the Warlock and the Falconeer. And I'm guessing since those are the newer classes, they sort of have less testing because they're the last classes that came out. So they might be a little bit stronger, Kappa. But this is actually really good. Glancing Blow is actually pretty good. So what the Glancing Blow is you just take less damage. But it's by like a pretty decent amount. It's like a third less damage that you would take. Now, what do we want to get into? I want as much attack speed as possible. I've already put a bunch of points here. Now, eventually, this chain will be broken. So you see how there's a chain right now. When we select our secondary class, which will 100% be Falconeer. In fact, I recommend everyone, regardless of what you want to play Falconeer. It is just by a long shot so OP right now. Right now, I kind of want to get some more damage here. This one is kind of nice to gain haste as well on hit. If you really want to run dual wielding, which we may dip into later, just for funsies, and we can respec out of it. The thing I don't like with dual wielding is that you take more damage, but it lets you equip dual wield, which is kind of cool. This is making it so every third attack does more damage. Basically, it comes down to, it's like basically 7% more damage. But I'd rather have 6% more attack speed and flat fizz. That flat physical damage is amazing, and it'll be great. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go back into town because we just went over here to do that little quest to get ourselves the passive point. But thank you, Christian. How you doing, mate? Is this game free? No, it is $35. It is, I think now it's 30 gigabytes on Steam. So now what we're going to do is we're going to collect this one. You can see where the quests are. So now we're going to the Ruined Era. Again, this game uses a timeline system that is sort of confusing. And the yellow ones are going to be the main quest. So now we're going to go over here, and we are going to complete the quest. Do you have to complete all 9? Oh, the chapters. Yes, you have to complete all. You have to complete the campaign before you get to the end game. And it's about 8-ish hours. Right now we're loading it. Unfortunately, the servers might be a little laggy still, but you can still manage your micromanage your inventory while doing this. Let's see. You get extra lightning damage, some health, cast speed, health. This is health twice, and it's giving us extra lightning damage, but we don't have any lightning damage to scale. But for the most part, the servers relatively decent. Oh, Christian, thank you so much. I appreciate the GG's gift on TikTok. Is this PoE 2? This is Last Epoch. But yeah, we'll continue. Hopefully we won't have any more hiccups on the like servers. I mean, I don't mind if it takes 20 seconds to load, as long as it eventually loads. I'm good, man. But very soon we will be unlocking other skills. Umbral Blades is kind of fun to mess around with, but we're gonna need something that kind of costs mana, and Ballista at 15 is going to be excellent. And also with our passives, once we reach certain nodes, we have to spend 15 points in the Rogue Mastery to actually unlock it. So you obviously can only put points in a Rogue right now. So 5 levels, or because we'll get passive points. And if I want to check, you'd see where it says evacuation, and up on the quest over here, you can pin or unpin it. Now this one I want to pin it because, well, it gives us 1 passive point. So it is 100% worth doing this, because that means that we can unlock our Ballista, which is going to be our main source of damage pretty much throughout the entirety of the game. But the late game Ballista build is so OP right now. You literally throw down 2 ballistas and it blows up the entire screen. And I'm not even kidding when I say the entire screen will explode. Like, and it's so weird that you play Falconeer with it, because the Falconeer, so the Ballista actually counts as a minion. And then you basically get to double dip in your damage, because how the Falconeer class was designed is it's supposed to revolve around this Falcon. But the Ballista actually counts as a pet too. So some of the stuff is like increased damage. Wow, that's our first legendary, guys. Cool, cool, cool. Is it gonna be a good one? Let's find out. Let's just start picking up these items. I forgot. I stopped picking up items because I've already gotten to the end game, and at this point I'm only looking for like exalted items. So what do we got this? Well, this doesn't really help out. This one over here is giving us way better stats. Okay, that bow does do more damage, but this one gives us life on kill, or health on kill. So we have extra 9 melee physical damage. I just want this for the extra health. This is not really for our class anyways, but that's okay, because look, we get like 20 more HP. And is that worth it? Yeah. And by the way, if you're wondering if throwing damage counts as bow, because I was thinking, well, you're kind of slinging an arrow, right? But no, it's basically, it doesn't have the tag. You'll see physical, melee, bow, attack, dexterity. It would have to say throwing on it, which like the shurikens will say. Do we have more movement speed? We have 12 movement speed. Woo! Let's go throw these bad boys on. We want as much movement speed as possible in action RPGs, especially if you want to complete the campaign as fast as possible. But Ezric, the name of this game is Last Epoch. It's on Steam, it is $35 and it just came out. The servers are still having a little bit of issues, but it's playable now. So you can see there are 2 different paths over here. It says find the guardians, so this is, some quests will have like kill multiples. Ooh, nice, level up. Just all more damage. By the way, these little things, you just have to walk over them, and then it'll have the bridge come down. But for the most part, the campaign is basically walk right towards all of the yellow markers. It's like, it's very easy, straightforward. It's actually kind of cool looking, these little like worms that kind of jump out. That dash for heal makes this build so much better. And soon we'll get another slot to mess around with in terms of skill. Which would be way better. So you have to like walk over and touch these. Let's keep on going. Is multiplayer working? Yes, yes, yes. Multiplayer is indeed working. The multiplayer came out in like the beta. Now I haven't messed around with multiplayer, so I couldn't tell you how smooth it's running now because I haven't played it on the launch. And you can pick up this to sell for gold, but it doesn't really matter. Gold, by the way, doesn't really matter too much in the earlier stages of the game. Later you'll use it if you want to engage in trade. You can engage in trade.
Terra's grace be with you.
Okay. I have to report to the council chambers, but we're going to be walking towards those anyways. So you can see, if I open up the map, where is the next quest over? So we head northeast. So some of these, they do kind of tell you where to go, like you'll see. But some of these, you just got to like play in that area. There are a couple like vague quests in this game. like a little bit cryptic. Like there's a spot towards the end, like when you're towards the very end, where it doesn't really explain like how you're supposed to progress through these tentacles, and it can be very confusing for a new player. That, and then there's like the Lost, I think it's called the Lost Barracks. Those are like 2 quests where like if you didn't have a guide, you may get lost on them. But other than that, the game is really straightforward. But I'm gonna try to like teach you guys everything with this game as much as I know. And we'll get into like some small little crafting, and don't be afraid to craft in the earlier stages of this game. I just would recommend don't use any of your glyphs. Glyphs are basically your chances to make it so your item has a less chance of it losing durability, basically, when you craft. In this game, forging potential is like kind of like the crafting durability. And he's gone, and we leveled up too, so we got some extra passive points. So now we can get the damage buff. I can get this dodge and glancing blow, which is actually a pretty good thing to have. And getting that's a 15% chance to take 35% less, damage. That's pretty nice. But we're all about the DPS. If we die a couple times this playthrough, it's fine. Oh, I think we unlocked decoy too. We should mess around with that since I have 2 skills bound to like my bar. Some skills you can actually activate, like my shurikens activates when I dash, and I don't have to have it on the bar. And I could actually modify shurikens, and it'll still work. But let's go ahead and throw in decoy. It's actually not that bad. Let's see if this is any good. We have 15 mana, some extra physical resistance. What does our current one give us? Mana. I think this one's gonna be better. It's got some fizz res. We lose some poison res, but poison's not super relevant right now. In fact, in this game's campaign, for the most part, oh, now we have to take the elevator. I hope the game didn't like done goof over here, but oh, does he still think there's some like enemy here? And unfortunately, with this game's TP system, you can't just like warp back. Okay, well, hopefully it will load. Hopefully, it's trying to load in the area, because we got some skill points to put in anyways right now. So the shurikens, you can get more shurikens and get some extra damage. You can get more health. That's totally fine too. This one can perform an attack too, which is cool. As far as getting extra mana with this, I don't really think it's necessary. The extra crit can be good. I like where it cleanses all negative effects on you. I think that one is definitely worth taking, because if you're set up for a bunch of like you got a bunch of debuffs on you dash and then it cleanses everything. I think that one's pretty good. You can dash and then do some more damage. It's just like the next attack. It's a small amount. You can get extra bleed. Overall, I just like having the extra HP. In the very beginning, this is like the only thing that matters. We won't get anything else till 20. We're going to actually unspec out of this one for our turret later. Because I want to be able to have way more DPS. I'm hoping that this didn't just done goof, because we're supposed to just go. Come on. Is there another? There's no more enemies, right? Like why is this not progressing? Okay, let's see if we walk back, if he'll like. Come on. Alright, unlucky. We'll warp to the next. We'll just warp right back. Hopefully the servers aren't having issues, because I want to try to continue this playthrough, but unfortunately, if the servers aren't working, that kind of becomes a problem. But we have another point here, so we can go ahead and put this point in while we're waiting for the area to load. I wouldn't say that you need the extra one. Every third puncture does more damage and more AoE. That can be an option. You can actually gain some mana as well for your other skills, which is okay. Honestly, I actually just like to get the bleed. I think that is much better earlier on. It looks like the servers are having issues, so unfortunately, sometimes what you can do in this game, and it kind of sucks if you're on a quest, and this is going to be normal for the next maybe week, because, well, the game is having some server issues. If you're in a stuck like load screen, like it just like is stuck forever, you may need to close your game and then reopen it up. I've had to do it a couple times. Sucks, but there's nothing you can do about it. Just warp back in, and we'll see if we can continue. Oh, okay. Well, now, okay. Normally what happens is we're going to just warp to this area, so it doesn't really matter. But it just put us at the top of the elevator. Now, this is actually sort of important. There is a quest that we can take over here.
Go on.
And we're going to get our first legendary item. So just talk to all the NPCs in the town. And then one of these is going to give us an item that will actually be kind of good. It's pretty solid. Now, they give us these things called idols, and I'm going to go over this. This is actually very important. Oh, they throw them on the ground. Okay. So how these idols work is that we have space. Think of it like charms in Diablo, if you've ever played that game. So this gives us vitality. And I want to put this one in. Oh, wait, it doesn't fit. Now, you cannot rotate these. Well, this one, you can't rotate them anyway, so it doesn't matter. But, like, I cannot use both of them. And it's really good that they set it up this way. So, what is the best one to use in the very beginning? Well, it doesn't really matter. These are all garbage. Eventually, most of these are just going to be HP and resistances. There are some exceptions for classes where these, like, 2x2s, it's like a little square, and they will modify your character. Like it'll be actually like viable to use for like later stages in the game. So Urza's Ledger over here. If I go to the map, you can see what it will give you. So this is absolutely worth doing. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one. So we're gonna go to the last archive first, and this is where it's actually pretty important. You can actually lose out on a legendary if you. The Gambler's legendary sucks. The other one's better. It's relatively small, to be honest. Like it's not a huge difference. But now we can show off decoy, and we're just going to get more damage here. So once we get to 15, which is going to be right after this quest, we're going to get ballista. Then we're going to unspec out of shift, which is our mobility skill, which kind of sucks because I like having the HP. I will re-get back shift for the HP later. Pretty much our main source of damage is going to be the ballista, and then we are going to utilize puncture just to apply basically bleed. Okay. Oh, it's telling us how to use the portal. I think we've already used it before though. But we're just gonna go up to the top, go through the area, kill some stuff, and then get an item, and then we are going to complete the quest, get a pair of gloves that will give us some leech on elemental. Now I only have like on this bow, and don't worry if you don't happen to have. Wait, what the heck? This is not an amulet game. Hello? Okay. Okay, so it gives us plus cold damage. It's small. Ideally, you want to get just any flat damage you can get in the very beginning is always good to grab it. So here's the decoy skill. It throws a decoy and acts as a decoy. Now, if I want elemental damage, let's see what this is. Cage of Remedy. It's an Acolyte helmet, so we can't even use it anyways. Sub items are class like bound. But you know what's actually a pretty good skill too? Is Acid Flask. There is an item that can convert this to like cold damage. I think this is a really great item. This item, or this skill, has gotten massively buffed. And I don't even have any specs into it, but it also costs mana. So we could use it in combination with Puncture. If you're enjoying a skill and I'm not using it, hey, try it, man. Alright, so now we're going to go take it back. So we can go ahead and warp back into town. And even though it says entering town, you can still kill stuff. Sometimes what I've done is I've opened up the portal, started the load in time, and also, by the way, if you talk to the gambler, or let me go ahead and complete this quest.
Goodbye.
So you're gonna get some gloves. Now you can turn this into this guy and get an amulet, a unique amulet, but the unique amulet is not very good. So the reason why this is good is it gives you 13 to all res. Well, it's 13 to LE res, which counts as like a bunch of the resistances. It makes getting resistances really smooth in the very beginning. So yeah, I like that over the other one. It's, in my personal opinion, way better. But is it gonna be like the end of the world if you select the other one? No, it doesn't even really matter, to be honest. So this is a gambler. I'm just gonna go sell all these items, transfer all the crafting materials, and these are all garbage. So if you want to gamble, all you do is, I mean, I wouldn't really recommend gambling for items in the very beginning because most of the stuff is like garbage anyways. So how it works is you get the item. Is there something like really cheap that we can get? Let's see, what could be an upgrade? So we can maybe get, let's see, let's get a ring over here. So you can see what the base is. So there's like dodge rating on, okay, I guess that's the only thing they show off. Okay, so let's say we're on a ring over here. So we'll go ahead and purchase it, and then it's gonna roll the rarity.
Looks powerful. And
this is what we got. So we got very, very mediocre stats. Is it better than that? Sure. But I wouldn't worry about gambling. If we want to get, let's say, a rogue relic, let's see. We can get health regen. This one might be okay. I mean, again, I wouldn't really recommend wasting gold on this. I'm just doing it just to show you guys. This one gives us extra mana regen. Okay, cool. I only really wanted it because it has health regen on it. And it's just another rarity. But you can craft anything that you get in the game as well. Don't be afraid to craft and just get some like small items to be a little bit better in the earlier stages of the game. But we're going to go ahead and continue. And we're going to go over here. Oh. We have to do the Python. So if you're confused on where to go for the quest, you can see we need to go over there. So if I go ahead and mark this, so we have to go to the last archive, and then from the last archive, see how it's connected right here? I didn't even get the waypoint. So I would go to the last archive first. So if I mouse over, and this is kind of important. So this over here, you might think, oh, I go over this way. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, so you see how it says last. Oh, dang it, we got too close. So it's gonna go to last archive. Now if I go over here in this direction, where does it actually say? Hold on. It's important. You see, we can't go over here. But some of the areas, they're like really close on the map, and you're wondering maybe where to go. How's it online? Is it still buggy? It's better. But you can see we got to go up in the other direction here. So we're going to go up and to the right. So we have another point. Again, just getting flat damage. Now we get Ballista. So, like I mentioned before, we're going to swap out of this. I'm going to respec. I'm going to despecialize the skill, which means we still can use the skill. That's just that it doesn't have all the skill points that we put in, and it's going to have to start from scratch. But it's okay, because it's worth it. Because Ballista is actually good. We don't really need smoke, or we don't even need acid flask, because that's like another damage thing. So just click on this. We're going to go to Ballista. And we're going to have some points. What do we want? We get placement speed per dexterity. We get attack speed per dexterity. We can get your damage modifiers also apply to this. I like this. I think this is a really good one to get in the very beginning. So the things that you usually get, eventually you're going to get crit, and you're going to get this explosive stuff, and this thing is really good, but don't expect to go into like the one-shot explode the entire screen, because it requires you to have like 100+ dex, but it's very, 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 very good. So what I like is things with speed, because most of the stuff will die relatively fast, so this is going to lower the damage, but it's more attack speed. So is it worth it? I mean, I like it attacking super fast in the very beginning. Then you could despec out of it. It also makes it last a little bit less. So let's see. So it lasts 10 seconds. So this one would make it last a lot less, but it's going to cost less mana. And that's actually worth it, because you eventually are just going to have it explode. Now you can see it does more damage, but it doesn't last as long. So you can have it attack relatively fast. And I believe you can have more than one place. Let me see if it has a tag of it. Oh, it's fine. So I like the damage stat ratio earlier on. I just want to max this out, and then we're going to get other things later. But here's how the Ballista works. You throw it down. And how many can we have? 2. Now, I believe that it increases later, but I'm going to go ahead and keep on walking all the way to the door, which I believe will be this way. But yeah, the online is still a little buggy. Skywalking, definitely. You just got the game? Oh, nice, David. What class are you rolling? Oh, Matthew Allen, thanks so much for the TikTok gifts. I appreciate it, mate. So yeah, we're pretty much just going to be throwing ballistas and walking. And most of the time, unless it's a boss, you can just throw down 2 ballistas, and then you just keep it going. You want to complete the campaign as quickly as possible, so keep it going. Because the way that the damage scales with this, you can get minion damage, and it's like really good. And you're going to get minion damage because we're going to be going for the Falconeer, which is supposed to like increase the Falcon's attack. I guess maybe they didn't think it through. Like they're like, okay, well, they're just going to use Ballista. And it's funny because like the Falconeers, they're not actually bad at all. Like the actual like pet Falcon that we're going to be unlocking later. Let's get this ring. And I want to introduce you guys to actually a loot filter. I'll show you guys how easy it is, and the reason why we only see rare items in the game right now is we added a loot filter. So by default, you hold shift and hit F. Alternatively, you can open this and go to loot filter, just click on this, and I have a loot filter, and I'm going to make a new one right now. So I'm going to create a brand new loot filter. So I'm going to call this one rares or better. So that's what I'm calling it. And if I want to write a description, I can write a description. I can change the little icon, do little filter things, and I just hit, let's say, confirm. So now this one over here, I have rare or better, and I can select this one. And I'm going to add a rule. So I'm going to go ahead and put, instead of show, I'm going to hit hide. I'm going to hit add condition. You don't have to do this, by the way. This is just, it's pretty good to do this, honestly. It's like pretty easy. So we're going to hide. We're going to put the item type, and I'm going to put under the item type over here, or is it rarity? Rarity, we're going to put normal. So this is going to hide all the white items. I'm going to go ahead and hit update. I'm also going to add another rule. I'm going to go ahead and add condition, rarity, and then I'm going to go to magic. And I'm going to go ahead and hit add. So now, oops, this is show. I'm going to click on this one. So we want to make sure it says hide. You can also recolor it so you'll know if something cool drops. So we're going to hide, rarity, magic. So you can see it hides all magic items, all normal items, and you can check these in and out. And then all you do is make sure that this is selected, and then that's it. You're done. And if you want to share the loot filter with your buddies, that's an option too. So you have the ability over here to export. Export meaning that you are sending it out. Import, well, this doesn't have the option for import, but like you can import a filter as well. So you can go here and you go to open your folder, or you can place clipboard. So this would be import basically, if that makes any sense. Very, very easy. It's like the best loot filter in any action RPG. Torchlight Infinite is pretty good too, but yeah, very easy. You're gonna play the Sentinel. You're gonna go some spin to win. Throw two of these down and just move. That is the game plan. But if we see an elite like this thing over here, or see any like items that we want to pick up, we can go kill them. Ooh, level up. There we go. Is that our first good quiver? Let's see, what do we got on this? So we have 2 bow fire damage, so that's elemental, so it kind of works, I guess, with that. But damage over time, we don't really do too much damage other than like the bleed from puncture, but our main source of damage is going to be our ballista, because unless it's a boss, because in the ballista is just not going to just solo out a boss for us. Now I can get increased damage while dual wielding, but you cannot dual wield crossbows in this game. We have a chance to poison while we have a dagger or a bow equipped, so that is like 80% chance. It's not that bad in the very beginning to get some like dot damage, but we're kind of scaling physical, and I would rather just continue going physical until later. Now, this over here, I do like getting sapping strikes because it really helps out maintaining ballista. So we can get this. Plus, it's going to give us extra tankiness. We can also consider getting agility, which is pretty dang nice because you get increased damage per movement speed. So the faster we go, the more damage we deal, which is kind of nice. And you're pretty much going to be moving, and dodge and poison res is like okay as well because it's for survivability. Also, you can start applying bleed on every 3rd attack. As far as crit strike chance, this is actually worth it. There's not too many good things in here that I would say are really, really huge, but this Thief Guard is actually one of the best things if you want to scale Glancing Blow, which you can scale a shield. It's super far later in the game. What you can do is you can actually run a shield with a ballista setup, and basically you just throw down these ballistas and you run around. It's probably one of the better choices because you don't really want to die at the end game, but this is something for later on, and this is going to be one. I actually think this is one of the best builds in the entire game, the one that we're going to be building with this. So just don't stand in the AoE, because remember, we don't have the heal from our shift anymore, because now we've spec'd into ballista. And over in the top left, you can see how many ballistas you have. As long as it says 2, you don't need to summon more. Alright, we got him. Now we got to return to the Elder and tell him that the person's gone. We could just open up a portal too. That is another option. Oh, another thing. This is actually a really big tip that I actually didn't know about until like more recently. So when you're in town, you can actually warp anywhere without actually being at the waypoint, which is good. It's exclusively on PC, yes. It's just on PC and it's on Steam. You gotta try the Rune Master, it melts. I'm sure in this game, honestly, if you build most things, they will function. But I don't think there's anything that comes close to what you're about to see once we get to the end game with this build. It is absolutely crazy. I mean, I'm talking about like the whole screen literally explodes. Like it explodes the entire screen and it's instant DPS. Whereas like my other build right now, so we're gonna go to, where is it? Okay, reach this area. Okay, cool, we're going. So, like my current build that I'm playing, and it's a really, really good build. I mean, I'm deleting some of like the pinnacle bosses very, very fast. But how it works is I summon a fissure. These zombies come out of the fissure. They explode, summoning basically other corpses that can also explode. That activate sacrifice, and then when the zombies explode, they also create a secondary explosion of another fire AoE explosion. So like I have this like really cool setup, and it's a really, 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 really awesome build, and it's pretty OP. But when I compare it to how fast this build will be, I mean, I literally blow up the entire screen with two. I have to use 2 abilities. With the other build, I just basically activate 1 ability, then I regen my mana with another one. But there's really nothing that beats Falconer right now that I've seen. Like I always check like max roll. I don't know if Icy Veins. I know Mobilix isn't covering this game, but like I know the websites. I work with a website that pays for builds, so this build that we're about to build is like super insane. It's absolutely top notch, top tier. And it's like really tanky if you build it with a shield, but you don't have to build it with a shield. You cannot start off with the build, so we're kind of stuck playing it with whatever skill that you enjoy. So we're gonna kind of play marksman. You can mess around with some shurikens too. Shurikens are just fun. There's a couple uniques with that shuriken as well. But don't let the balls touch you. Basically, the laser comes out, it locks on target, and you can wait, and then you can dash out of the way. Or you can just tank all of it, just evade the attack, and get lucky. But it's pretty easy. So we have 4%. Oh, this is actually like end game level good. I'm not even kidding. So the idols in the end game, you want basically just two like life notes, and this is like best in slot. Smoke bomb mana, increased area effect. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Now I kind of want to run Asphalt. The thing is that like sometimes you can get some of these things that will be like really solid for a certain build. What do we have for this? Dodge, Fizz. On belt, I like to have like mana regen. So you can see that this area over here, we can't go, but it looks on the mini-map like there's a bridge, right? But what this is doing, this is going back in time. So this whole game is actually built on time travel for its like story. Although, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really paid too much attention to it. However, there is a story that you kind of go in between timelines to get certain things done. Some deep knowledge. How you doing? Alright, we actually have another skill point, and we're gonna go ahead and put that in, or a passive point. Skill point, I guess, is for like our actual skills. So what are we gonna get now that we've maxed out these two? Because these two absolutely just are just the go-to. You want to get as much dex as possible. Now, if you want to build glancing blows, that's an option. I like this earlier on, getting the extra HP. It's just nice to have. And then this one over here, when we use an attack that costs mana, it costs more mana. Now, interesting enough, this also has the tag bow attack. So check if it has the tag, and some of these things may or may not work with it. I'm assuming it's relatively accurate, but keep in mind, some skills are kind of bugged in video games when they launch. Like they don't count for some reason. So whatever. These are going to give us experimental gear. I'll show you guys what that is as soon as I can attack this thing. Aimless was having some troubles on that one. So now we have a 100% chance to bleed on every single attack, which is awesome. So this over here is something we're going to open up, and it's going to summon a boss. Now these guys are actually pretty challenging, which you're about to see. but they do drop sometimes cool stuff, and I'll show you how these work. Honestly, I wouldn't really worry about doing these until like the end game. I mean, sometimes they probably have a higher chance to drop legendaries in the earlier stages, which it's a little bit exciting if you get some legendaries, right? Like the legendary we have right now is literally just for HP. It's not even like really that useful. He's almost gone. So he drops what's called experimental gear, which is really cool. So they're basically some stuff that can have... Wait, can you summon zombies on this? So this summons zombies if I use a potion, which normally this class can't even get. So it's almost like a unique, but how it works is, even though it's a unique, or like it has kind of like some sort of unique property to it, you can still craft on it, because you can't really craft on uniques other than if it has legendary potential, which is another mechanic. But you can see how much damage these zombies do. Let's see. 175 is how much damage they're hitting for. So let's go ahead and grab this waypoint. You can see now we can progress. So now it wants us just to use the time rift. But if you go to the side, sometimes some of these quest lines, it's not even worth it. There might be a chest at the very end of it, but now we're on the other side, so we are good and we can kind of progress. So you can see there's two routes. Which route do we want to go? Well, we can open up the map and actually kind of determine where we want to go, which is actually kind of important if you want to see like kind of where are the quests. So this one over here is at the council chambers. The other one is saving the last refuge. So does this quest give us well, this one we've already kind of done, so it doesn't give us a reward that we actually care for, but it's already done. So some of the quests you'll end up like kind of completing them unintentionally, so just get all the blue quests. I mean, it's not bad to get some XP. The gold doesn't really matter because it's such a low amount. Pretty soon we're going to unlock another skill that we can use. And I actually kind of like having multi-shot. Kind of a fun skill. I mean, the thing is that you can experiment and you can play with what you want. Because most of the skills in this game, like, you can use them. Like, every skill can be endgame viable if you want it to. Like I said, this acid flask thing is looking kind of cool. And I actually think I have a unique, and I can show you guys what it does. It's not going to be super OP or anything, but it will work for acid flask to convert it to like cold damage, and then you can get different mods on it. And if you convert it to cold, if it says plus to cold skills, then hey, that might be something up your alley. Unfortunately, you can see there's a wall over here, and eventually there's a boss that comes out. We just have to kill enough of these. I'm going to put another point into this, or we can get... I want to get the extra, like, damage, but it lasts less in terms of its duration, which is fine. I'm digging this attack speed, because, like, just granting yourself frenzy is really nice. That's why I really like puncture. It's one of the best skills in the game. We have a boss now. See, we're making some quick work out of it. Ooh, okay, we grab all these like bonuses. It's kind of nice with the potion, like the experimental thing that we just got. It actually will add quite a bit of DPS, considering I think it hits for like 100 and something damage. Oh, just a bunch of gold. These shrines aren't really that great though. And this guy's going to talk to us about crafting, but I've already taught you guys crafting in part 1. But if there's anything else that we want to add, like I don't know, if I want to get extra physical damage, bam, I can just go ahead and hit upgrade, and instead of 11 damage, now we have 35. Woo! Extra bonus damage. I wouldn't really worry too much about crafting on like most of the earlier items in terms of like pushing it all the way. I would rather try to get flat of some sort of damage. So what I mean by that, actually let's do that right quick, because that's actually going to give us the most DPS. So if we want to min-max, and you have to check if it's prefix or suffix for like the damage. Oh, hold on, let's go. Now you can open up crafting anywhere, like, so you don't have to feel like you have to go to the forge. So if I was to like upgrade this, right? If I want to open this up, I want to add something else. What I could add bow cold damage. I can upgrade that if I want to. But you can also check out how many you have. If I only have like one shard of something, this could be kind of rare. But if I'm like, oh, I don't really ever want to build into that, cold is actually pretty good for bow because there's something that can scale off of it. It's a unique pair of boots. They're like actually one of the best pair of boots in the entire game. But you can see, well, I can get extra physical damage, but this is % physical damage, which we were already upgraded. Getting flat damage is superior in most circumstances because all your damage scales off of that flat number. So if I wanted to add something over to this over here, you can see what I can add. So if I want to remove this one. So if I click on any of these other ones, I could add, look at this, chance to bleed. Okay, so if I want to add chance to bleed, I got 2 of these. I could add that. Does it work for our build? Sure. It's 25% chance to bleed. Now, we already have 100%, right, on our puncture. So what's the point of getting over 100? Well, you can get 2 bleed stacks. So if it procs on the 20%, basically, because it's always going to work on the 100. If I have 200, then it's going to apply 2 stacks of bleed. So that's basically the math. We got some extra shield on the ballista. We can actually a little bit more. I actually don't mind getting the extra attack speed per 5 dex. It's such a small amount in the earlier stage, but later in the game, it can be a lot better. But you can also add fire damage. So the thing that's going to give us actually the most DPS, instead of making it last a lot less, I would rather get all the fire damage. This is going to be awesome. The exploding, I would have put 5 points into this, and this will be good for like a long time. I don't really like losing out in the attack speed. But this thing is so incredibly OP when you have like 100 dex. It's crazy how good this thing is. But putting 5 points in this is an absolute no-brainer because you're getting, if you scale flat damage and you're getting a bunch of attack speed, that flat damage is going to be added into every single one. So it's highly valuable. This is better than D4. In some aspects, yes. In the campaign, I don't really care too much about this game's campaign, but you have to do the campaign to get to the end game. This game's end game, I would say, in most circumstances, it's objectively better, even though it's like saying which game is better is always going to be subjective. But if you play action RPGs, you'll like this game's endgame because of what you can do, and the game values your time. There's no like sit there, do Uber Duel for 10 hours to hope you get the item. You can kind of you can target farm way better in this game than Diablo. If you're looking for like, oh, I want a legendary bow. Okay, well, you can get the legendary bow. You have 2 ways to get it. You can farm for currency and then just buy the bow that you want. Very easy. Now, obviously, some things are going to be very expensive in the game in terms of like, you get like, you can join the trade league or you can do the non-trade league. Which one is better? You know, I want to say the non-trade league is looking pretty solid, but it does require you to kind of tinker with some stuff, whereas the other one you can kind of just play and you don't need to do as much reading, and you eventually will be able to buy what you want, but it's not going to be instantly. We're just getting a bunch more HP, and we're going to get another skill at 20 that we can use, but we've got another passive point. We can get more HP. We only really need to put 2 more in here, and then we will be able to get our secondary class. In fact, we're gonna get our secondary class really soon. Very soon, within the next few moments here, guys. Secondary class, our ascendancy. So you can see we have another side quest over here. Do I want to do it? Well, I can decide that in a second. Oh, mighty ring. Let's see. So we got some strength. And in this game, there's very few things that you like. I don't think there's really anything that you need to have stats for. This is 3% move speed. I'll take it. I want to go fast. But like in some action RPGs, it'll require you to get a certain amount of stats, right? But we're going to keep on going. Go to the next zone. A lot of this game is just move on to the next zone, move on to the next zone, just keep it pushing. Also, if you're playing on controller and you can't dash, just do 1 attack, and for some reason, it's another thing that in this game is kind of annoying. Also, another really weird fun fact. On some bosses, if they're like outside of the map, zombies can't jump to them for some reason. I mean, this game has a couple like glitches slash bugs, but it's really not that big of a deal. So, the Husk Elder, just don't sit in the explosion. A lot of these bosses, they will have an attack that kind of one-shots you. It's basically like Piety's attack from PoE. But pretty easy. I mean, just apply all those bleeds on it and just take him for like 100 plus. Or is that the hit? I don't know. But let's get that bonus fire damage. It'll be nice.
What a shame. But what's done is done.
I think it's loading. There we go. Is it loading? Okay. So now we're gonna be selecting our ascendancy, which 100% is Hawkeye. I don't care if you want to play most builds in the game. There's probably almost nothing. Like Lethal Mirage isn't even really that good of a skill. I tried that build. I didn't like it. It's like the final skill that you unlock as Blade Dancer. With Blade Dancer, I like the Shadow Clones, or you can do like Shuriken builds. There's a few things that you can play with Blade Dancer, but right now Hawkeye is just like, it's so much better that regardless of what you want to play, you just go it, because it gives you like extra mana, it gives you a pet that kind of helps out too. It's like another mobility skill. So we need to choose our mastery. Now it's important, once you select it, like that's it. So you see this one gives you 12 dex. Like this is so insane. Blade Dancer, the extra melee phys damage is quite good too, but everything in the entire game scales off of dex. Like even if you get 50% increased damage with a bow, this over here is 48% increased damage, because it's let me double check on the math on that. All right, okay, so it's most skills, okay, are 4%. Hey, look, that's 48. It's basically the same. Now it also gives you Falcon. The Falcon damage gets higher with dexterity, which is like, it like gets a double dip on its own thing. Now with the marksman, I guess you do get that extra increased attack speed that can stack 5 times, so it's like 20% increased attack speed, so that's good. You also get like a special skill on each one, but like this one is just like so good. It's crazy how good this thing is, like compared to everything. Like the amount of stats, because it works with all of your skills. All your skills scale off of dex in most circumstances, so that's why it's just so good to have that as your mastery. Now that we have that mastery, we actually still cannot put points into this until we have 20 points into this. Once we get 20 points, which is one more point here, then we're going to be good. So let's go ahead and continue. So it gives us another point, and we go boom. And now we go through the council chambers. Sometimes, by the way, that there is no little like loading square. Am I at the end game? Yes, I have so many characters at the end game, but this character over here, my Falconeer is not at the end game. And the Falconeer is going to be one of the best classes in the game. I genuinely think it's the best class in the game. So you see, some quests will just give you some XP and like some small gold. But I just accept all the quests. So this is where you would respec if you need to respec. And just cost some small gold. And now we get to go this way. And on our next skill point, we're going to be able to start putting points into the Falcon Mastery. Now, is there a skill in the Falcon Mastery that we absolutely need? No, not really. We actually just scale later in the game. As far as the end game goes, we scale heavily into the Ballista. But what do we get with Marksman? So I can still put points into Marksman. It's really cool. I just can't put points past this over here. So basically, you put what? I think 25. Wait, this is 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I think it's like 20 points. Basically, how it works is you can put in half of the... we can't get any of these. Is it really that big of a deal? Not really. We will never be able to get this skill, Hail of Arrows or Lethal Mirage, but this skill I think is terrible. But I can get these because we spec'd into Falconeer. So this is really cool how they've designed these classes. So a lot of the stuff, what you want to get is just dexterity. Just everything that gives you dexterity. So this one gives you dexterity. And some of these on the passives, when you have a certain amount of points, like this one, your Falcon deals additional throwing damage per point of your dexterity. So you get like some sort of bonus when you reach certain things. Like I've already maxed out on dex here. So there's nothing in the rogue mastery that I want. Now, is there anything that I want here? Not really, to be honest. Is there something I want in here? Yes, I actually do want multi-shot. Now this gives us dexterity and dodge rating. And when you hit a boss or enemy, you reduce its dodge rating. It doesn't really matter, it's just to get the dex. So I will actually, if I want to, I don't really necessarily need the both of this, but I could actually get multi-shot because I actually kind of like how it feels. It gives a little bit more clear speed if I need it. I just like multi-shot in action RPGs, and it's one thing that I feel like Diablo missed out on. Like, I don't know how there's no multi-shot in Diablo 4. It's crazy. But I can also get some of these if I want these. But there's explosive trap. Do I really care about it? Not really. But I have to put in 5 points. This one over here is actually what we're going to be scaling. So this is Falcon and Ballista, but you don't actually have to start off with it if you don't want to. So if you're like, oh, I want to just use my Ballista, then that's fine. But this one is pretty good. You have a chance to gain haste when you or Falcon hits an enemy. It's a very small chance, but you also get more damage with haste. So if I get 10% chance to gain this, and then you also get Falcon increased melee attack speed per point, I mean, I'll probably end up putting the points either here or here. This one is pretty dang good, though. I'll probably go for this, because like the thing is that crit in most action RPGs in the very beginning is not very good. You can also get Wilderness Scout. We're gonna see it, like, you know, maybe if I get an item that I really like, I'll stick with multi-shot, or I can just stick with the ballistas, because they are very good. So let's go keep it pushing. Hello H7, how you doing, man? You need 20 points first? Yes, we have 20 points. Even though we're level 15, you get skill points for some quests. That's how it works. Those, when they die, they pop poison. But multi-shot will also cost mana. So, could be another reason why we go and keep this. But yeah, in the very beginning, I don't really need the crit, so, because it's just too low. Oh, we actually, let me go. I'm gonna swap something real quick, because I don't really need, like, smoke bomb. There's like there's two skills like right now where we absolutely don't need. There we go. Now we have our Falcon. We went Falconer, didn't even equip the skill and use it. Now, some skills, if you unequip them, like, let me show you guys, if I like swap this, it will go away. Some skills, actually, that are toggleable, like one of the, it's on the Acolyte, there's like a poison thing. So now we have our little pet. It'll do damage for us. And if I activate it, this skill, you can see where it says, your Falcon lane rapidly strikes, press A to, we can activate it again. Some skills, when you activate them again, it'll do like another ability, like this one is a little Falcon Strike. So it's good. It makes the game feel a lot more fun too, to have this little Falcon that attacks with you. I like it a lot. Umbral Blaze. So this skill's kind of cool looking. I'll at least show you guys what it looks like. Because you got to find out what skill you actually enjoy, and I don't need this. So how this skill works is we throw daggers and then we pull them back. It's kind of hard to see though. So you throw them in the ground and then they come back. So it's kind of like a boomerang skill. You know, I'm actually enjoying this Falcon here. I might just go for the Falcon damage. Falcon damage, maybe some more HP, and then all dex. All dex. Dexterity is so good in this game. And then there's eventually a thing where the more dex we have, the more cold damage we get, which I may have actually gotten the boots. I know I have them on either offline or online. I got them the other day as a drop. And if I have them, I'll show you guys what they look like on the online. But basically, per, like, I don't know, is it 5 dexterity, you get like 1 flat damage, which is actually insanely powerful. So now you can see, if I activate my red bumper, I pull my daggers back and it hits the target. It's good. Good stuff indeed. But I don't really need Umbral Blades, so none of these skills really matter. But we have another point into Ballista. And I want to get this. This right here. Oh, man, the flaming shots are so good. Later, we're going to get this crit strike chance. And it's going to be so good. There's actually a helmet that gives you just godly crit. But, like, it doesn't get you leech. But it doesn't matter because the thing just explodes. And it basically gives you a huge amount to crit. Now, this will give us... I think it works off of its base crit. Now, I don't know what the base crit of that thing is. I actually really do like haste because it lets you go faster. Now, it's... I don't know. This, I'm going to put at least 1 point into this earlier on. Because if either of us activate, right, that ability, we get to move faster.
The cultists had a philosophy.
Also, by the way, most of these cutscenes, it's just like a Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm going to skip out on all the cutscenes. I was actually hoping to see some cool 3D renders, but it's just like a Microsoft PowerPoint. And most of the stuff is it's just kind of like a paper. So the cutscenes are, for me, it's going to be Skipperino. But we can get extra HP as well on the passive. It's kind of up to you. Do you want the crit? Like, it's fine. Later, we're 100% going to get the crit anyways. It's just, if you're feeling squishy or if you feel like you want more damage. You love those boots. Oh, yeah, those boots. Yeah, they make you take way more cold than physical. So it basically makes it so you need like 200 cold res and you need like 200 physical resistances. Huge downsides. But the amount of damage you get is just like so crazy that you can't trade. Can't trade them. But you can see now I can pretty much walk. And it should kill most of the stuff. Let's see. Do I need 2? If this is a group, we can activate our Hawk's ability. Or the Falcon. Very good stuff, man. It's so smooth for gameplay. It's like the Necromancer. Compared to like some of the other classes in the earlier stages where you're just out of mana constantly, it's just so nice to have this. And throw one turret and just keep pushing. Like if there's like an elite, like this guy, he's an elite, so. Charge, bracers, let's see. Strength dodger. Now I'll show you some of the uniques that I picked up, and none of these are going to be like super OP. I'm not going to use anything that would make like the little play session look like a completely different experience, or known as like the twink gear, where you have like really overpowered gear. Sleet should be something with cold. We have bow physical. Oh, it's chill and slow. We don't really. It's increased fire damage. We have 9%. This is more bow damage. I like the bow attack speed. I'm not going to give that up. Attack speed in action RPGs makes the game feel so much better for me. Oops. Let's do this real quick, and then I can decide what I want to do with my puncture. Alright, so as far as our puncture goes, what do I want to go into now? So we have a chance to shred physical resistance, and we do physical damage here because we do bleed. We also have poison. I really don't need too many things here. What's the other attack speed? There's extra attack speed on the every 4th shot, which is kind of cool. By using puncture, it causes several mirages to briefly appear, but it costs a lot of mana. So we can wait every 4 seconds and then activate it, and then have this like really quick attack, and it does massive amount of damage. You can also do more damage per pierce. I think that's okay as well. You can get increased melee range. Maybe that one's not bad. And it's kind of up to you what you want here. I mean, we're gonna not really use this as our main source of damage. This every 3rd puncture does like 20 more damage. Instead of playing bleed, it consumes the stack. Honestly, I don't really care too much about like what we go for. We can get bleeding fury. It stacks up to 3, and this stack falls off after 3 seconds of not attacking. So we can get extra bleed chance. A buff that grants bleed chance stacks up to 3 times per point of it. So we can get extra stacks of bleed. I think I might just go into like stacks of bleed, or you can get mana per hit. That could be another option. But nothing is like, oh, I absolutely need to get it. Deals more damage per slow. Oh, it can slow the target too. But we are required to either go this path, which is going to be a hefty amount of points, and then this, we would have to get this, and we don't even use it as melee. Then we have the mobilize over here. I mean, it's 10% more damage here, but I can get way more damage, in my personal opinion, off of just stacking a bunch of bleeds. And the other thing that's nice with going like kind of hybrid damage in the very beginning is a lot of your gear isn't going to be perfect. Like it's going to be all over the place in terms of like what damage types you're getting. Because you're not going to want to reroll things. So if you get any damage over time or any bleed chance, and we're getting all this other bleed stuff, I don't think it's bad at all. But if I just weave like one of these in between the attacks, I can keep that frenzy up, even though I only have 1 point cent of it. Alright. Lighted something with poison. Oh, we got another bow. We might have gotten an upgrade. It's gonna be a while maybe before we get an upgrade, because like that flat cold damage is nice. So we have 18 bow. We have 18 bow. We have increased attack speed, and you can always mouse over. See, it says 391. I put this over. This is better. Like I said, it's gonna be pretty hard to upgrade this. So we have 391. Oh, nope, no upgrade. Now, if I was to upgrade this and put maybe like some extra crafting on it, that could be an option too. Watch this thing. Like, look at that. It's dead so fast, man. Boots of evasion. Let's see what do we got for move speed. 9. If it had dexterity, like it's an automatic no-brainer. We instantly swap and grab it. For this, I already have 1 transfer haste, and then we can get this. We can get extra dodge. Again, it doesn't really matter too much what we're getting. But this matters. We want as much dexterity as possible. Just slam everything into dex. Very, very easy for the build. What's up, Elixir? How you doing? And thank you so much for the TikTok build. It's going good. Just building what I actually wanted to play. Because now I can do my like playthrough on YouTube. Because I actually genuinely want to know how long the campaign is. Oh, I'm trying to keep these play sessions at an hour. But we'll finish off this quest at least. But my Warlock is pretty much finished. I'm really satisfied with how it's performing. Especially on bosses. Because that's one thing that kind of sucks for some builds in this game. Like, they'll have really good clear speed, but you get to a boss and, like, it feels so bad. Man, I'm really digging this, like, speed. I think it's because we clicked on a shrine or something. Look for some belts that have mana regen, ideally. And once we hit level 20, which is in 2 levels, we will also let's move as fast as possible. If you have a shrine, try not to like open up your inventory. Try to get max value out of the shrine. And then when the shrine goes away, then you can go ahead and go for the changes. And the stutter step is great on this. Like, I'm really enjoying this puncture skill. They redid a lot of the animations, and I don't know if they made it faster or what, but like it's super, super good. I want to get as much attack speed as possible. All right, we're in the next little town hub over here. We're going to go ahead and complete the quest. And we'll go ahead and put our skill point in.
Greetings.
And then
Farewell.
accept the next quest, and we can get more HP. I think we're doing pretty good in terms of tankiness. We can get more points into this. Either way, 100% put 1 point into this, just because, well, if it just activates, you just get free stats. But we want as much dexterity. I don't really need explosive trap. I don't need net, but we can play around with them. It's not like a bad thing. And is there one thing that I really need to push for? Like, as in, do I need to put a bunch of points into this to try to get something? I mean, this is pretty good. It just works with the ballista over here. I mean, ballista is, that can actually be pretty good. But I like, it says bow damage for ballista, which, like, cause I like just getting like my damage, because how it works with this point, and I really like this point, where it's your damage modifiers also play to your ballista. It's almost there. It's at 75%, right? So like this way I can feel like I'm doing damage versus just, oh, it's just the ballista's damage. And it says specifically, like, you have to check the keyword, your damage modifiers. So I'm guessing that it works with anything bow related, but you have a lower value. So if I want to, like, I mean, in general, you could just keep on getting as much dexterity as you want. I'm honestly just going to get as much dex, but I'm actually enjoying the attack speed. I'm actually considering this. I wish it just gave dex, but pretty much as much dex as possible. Now, remember that at certain intervals, like if we get certain amount of points, like let's see, like this one over here, the Falcon deals more damage based on the dexterity. So ideally we'd try to put 5 points into this once we get to the next threshold, which would be 5 points. And then we can put 5 points into this, which would be kind of nice. So you get more health. And then I'm probably just going to put 4 points into this. And then we're going to get Agile Hunt. We definitely want to put 5 points into that because we're actually going to end up putting 8 points into it because it's dexterity. We will put anything that's dexterity, we will get as much as possible. Like this one over here. I don't know if we really need the Falcon regen, but it's just increased raw damage. So, and then this one over here, we get increased armor and dodge. I mean, this is amazing. It's almost like we get another stat of that because we get dodge, armor, and dex. Usually it'll be like dex plus something else, and that's already good enough because dex is like the best. And then there's also some stuff in glancing blows. Glancing blows is actually something that's really solid to get as well. You do not want. There's actually one node that you don't want to get. Okay, so this one's really important. Very important, because I was talking about glancing blow before, and you actually do not, and I repeat, do not get this because it makes all of your block chance go into glancing blow, which if you do want to go, it's possible, but most people, you do not want to get this because you can actually run a shield. Now, it will make it so you can't use some skills, okay? Not all skills will be working because they require a bow, but that's something we'll talk about later. But anyways, that's part 2 of our last Epoch walkthrough / guide. Anyways, if you enjoyed it, drop a like on your way out. I'll see you guys in part 3. All right, so now that that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and label it so I have it for my YouTube play session later. Because I want to see actually how long it takes to... Okay. So we're going to continue our play session here. So verdict on the game, it's good, man. I like it. How long was the campaign? You know, I don't know the exact number because, you know, half the time I'm trying to get the ability to play the game because the servers are having issues still. So, maybe about 8-ish hours, but it also depends on, like right now, this play session is going to take a lot longer than 8 hours. And the reason why is because I'm stopping and I'm explaining and all these things. But give me a sec, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'll be right back, and then we're going to continue. But yeah, I'd say it's about 8 hours if you're just pretty much rushing it. And it depends on your movement speed. Oh, is it 4 hours without server problems? Really? We'll see, we'll see. Hello, Kenny. What's your honest opinion about the game you're thinking about getting? I would say, Kenny, if you like action RPGs, get the game. But if you're looking for a campaign, skip this game. The campaign, or if you like Baldur's Gate, where you like the story, you like the decision-making, this game got none of that. The decision-making comes with your skills in terms of your build, but I'll be right back. All right. But yeah, amen. Game is good. Diablo's a great game. You recommend it? I like Diablo as well. I play all the Diablo games except for Immortal. I don't really play that one. I've played it before. Story's actually good if you take time to listen. Oh, is it? Yeah, I'm just like a skip when it comes to the campaign. All right. But let's go ahead and continue, guys, on our last epoch journey. So, last time we left off, we just got into town. I'm going to go ahead and... You're going to do this quite frequently, where you just transfer materials, and then you can look in and see if there's anything good. The reason why I don't, like, look at items while I'm kind of progressing is because I'm here to move fast. I want to go fast. And this way you get to swap things, unless you see, like, a weapon in particular. That's, like, the one exception where I wouldn't mind immediately swapping a piece of gear. What is this crit strike chance? There's a helm that we're going to get that's actually insane. This is, what, Fizz Res. I was thinking about this because health regen per second. I like that. Okay. And then anything that you're not going to use, you can just, instead of Diablo where you'd normally like salvage stuff, in this game, you can just sell it for gold. It doesn't really matter. There's no, as far as I'm aware of, there's no like salvage. Just hold shift and then just start right clicking on everything. Oh, that's right. I was going to show you guys some cool stuff that you can do with some of the legendaries. Now, I'm not going to use any of them here because I want the play session to be like totally legit in terms of like being able to kind of follow this as a guide. If I just start equipping legendaries, even though I got these as I was progressing in the game, there were a couple things. Do I have those? Let me type in the word unique. So this was a unique that we got. These are actually really good. So these are like really good early leveling uniques, and like normally I would equip them. Like this one just gives you 40 mana, and it's pretty common to get this one. There's another relatively common one called Boulder Fist, which will give you a huge amount of health and armor, but you can't leech, which could be pretty bad for certain builds. This one converts Acid Flask's base damage to cold, and then we can also get increased area for cold skills, extra cold damage, so that can modify a skill quite a bit, where you're converting it from one damage type into another. Now over here we've got a bunch of quests that we need to do. Again, the yellow ones you're going to need to do anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just go ahead and go up. Doesn't really matter too much, so we're in, where is it? The Cultist Camp. And you can see in the top right where it says area level 17, and we're level 18, so that's totally fine. Just don't be like several levels under or above, and you should be a-okay. If you're above, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. There's not really anything you can do. But you don't have to kill every single thing that you see. It's just like the best way to put it, because the more stuff that you kill, the slower it's going to take you to get to endgame, and endgame is where you actually want to be in pretty much in every action RPG. That's what you want to do. Oh, that's a good point. So yeah, there is technically salvage if you use like a Shattering Rune, but yeah, you don't want to just start using Shattering Runes on like every single piece of gear. That'd be a waste. If you happen to get certain pieces of gear that have like a really rare mod that you know you want to craft off on, then that could be like one exception to the rule, but for the most part, not a big deal. I hope the server didn't crash here, but what I might actually have to do is I might have to turn it off and turn it back on. So this is important because this is very relatable, and I'm just going to keep this in here. If the game crashes, like we're kind of stuck at a loading screen right here, I would recommend you guys to turn it off and then immediately turn it right back on. And it will happen sometimes, and it's annoying, but it's better than being stuck at that load screen, because you could be at the load screen for 10 minutes and it will load in, but I think it's much faster, unless your PC, for whatever reason, takes like 10 minutes to open up Last Epoch, then it's much more valuable to just Alt F4, close the app, then reopen it up, and then you'll be good to go. Because, yeah, you'll be stuck. I think in part 2, we actually kind of got stuck as well. And the way we actually loaded in, because we had to go up the elevator, right? In order to progress, we just did this trick. It's not really even a trick. It's basically just closing the game and then going right back in. And hopefully the servers aren't down. And we're going to continue. But this way, like, it's kind of better this way. That way, if you guys are DCing, you're not like seeing me play and then like, wow, dude, he's got the streamer client. But I don't know if they, okay, cool, the servers are okay. And this is actually pretty important too. If you reload in, sometimes you won't be at the same spot that you were. So you're gonna have to go navigate, and you can see this is the ruined era. And where do we need to go? Well, we need to go this way. So we need to go to the cultist camp, and then you're gonna have to reload in again. And this kind of sucks that there's so much loading in this game, because every single load screen could be a infinite load screen. And the reason why it's an infinite load screen is because the servers are having issues. Yeah, everyone has that pet. But there are also Twitch drops, by the way, if you guys didn't know and you guys want to watch this. If you guys watch this on TikTok and YouTube, connect your account on Twitch, and you can get free cosmetics. You just have to watch the stream. That's all you gotta do. The drops are always enabled on my stream. It's a good thing to mention. I probably should make like a YouTube video talking about like what the drop is, because I don't even know what it is. I wish the streamers actually could get it as well, but it's only for the people watching, so I would have to like leave another stream open. Anyways, let's go and continue now. Finally, after like 5 minutes of sitting in the queue. So it looks like we gotta go down, but we're walking upwards. There's a lot of that in this game, where it looks like you gotta go right, but you actually have to go like in a completely opposite direction. And it's just the way it's designed. There's a shrine over here, so we are 100% grabbing this. It's not worth it. If it's a gold one, don't even worry about it. Because if it gave us that increased movement speed, that would be worth it. Oh, do I have to kill one of these? Okay, we got another bow. Let's see, 18, poison, physical, nope. The reason why I know it's automatically not going to be as good is because it doesn't have any like flat damage. Flat damage in this game, early and late game, are just like so incredibly good. Because remember, everything starts giving that bonus % damage, and that's what it's all scaling off of. Yeah, we are just melting content. This is a really solid class for leveling too. I've never played the Falconeer, like, for leveling. Well, I haven't played the Falconeer at all, because it just came out. I played the beta, and I played Blade Dancer, I played Marksman, and I genuinely think Falconeer is just, like, out of control. Like, how much better this class is than all the rest is crazy. I think it's the most popular class, too, right now for this season. There's a lot of content creators playing it, too. And, you know, sometimes when people see one person playing it, they're like, I want to copy it. And I was originally just going to go Blade Dancer. There's been 2 drops. Ah, what are the 2 drops, Sam? I think one of them is a pet, isn't it? Alright, we can do this. So we can go put more points into health and dodge. And if you want to, you can put it into this. I mean, this is fine too. We're eventually going to get this, but we don't have insane crit multi to start scaling immediately. So next point, we're going to be able to grab the extra dexterity, which is going to be more damage. More damage and technically like more survivability. Because what's really good with Dex is Dex also gives us dodge rating. So that basically means we don't take damage. So we get survivability and damage with this. I'm gonna talk to this guy, and then he's gonna tell us to go kill some stuff. And then we'll come back to him. But I'm actually genuinely curious to see how long the campaign is, because before I couldn't really time myself because like most of the time was like reloading in the game. All right, so these soul repositories, how they work is they target you and you just move out of the way. It is pretty self-explanatory, but at level 19 we also get another skill point, which we are going to invest into. You can invest into the smoke, the little smoke thing, and the reason why is because it does armor shred, and armor is actually different in this game. So armor applies to all the damage from the game. So armor is actually a pretty good stat to like get points into armor. Alright, there are 2 turrets and then keep it going. But yeah, I like having the dash restore HP. I'm probably just gonna put like 5 points into that thing, or I think I think 4 might be max, but put all the points into that. That way, every time I dash, I gain, what is it, like 60 HP? Should be useful throughout its entirety until we complete the campaign. Alright, there we go. Find this. So this is Lesser Refuge. Do I need to do this one? Well, let's go check. Check the quest. Well, it gives us 2 passive points. That's worth it. Sometimes you actually have to click and see the little like diamond load screen. Otherwise it doesn't work. Oh, it's a pet and a mantle. A mantle. Huh. Oh, come on. Surprisingly, you're actually in the other area a lot of the times. Like, I can sometimes, like, you can actually activate your skills still in the new area. So we're going to go over here. And again, if you see any of these quests like this guy over here, take it.
Go on.
We might have already had the quest. So now we gotta go exit this way. Well-run docks. Oh, it's merchant and fortune and 1 pet. Oh, okay. I don't know why you have to like attack once. I think it's to register that you're clicked in the like the monitor or something. Once we're on the docks, we gotta just keep on going. Follow the arrow. I saw that bow. Like I said, the only thing you want to stop for is maybe the bow. So this one's increased damage over time, which could actually give us more DPS. Let's see, 390. Ooh, it's close. Chance with flurry. Our skill is puncture, so it doesn't really work. Unfortunately. And that, by the way, is not 60 plus like 60% crit, like you'd hope it would be. It's off the base, which might be like, I don't know, 5%. So 60%, it'd be like 2%. So that's a glitch where it shows up just a white square. I don't know why it does that. It's definitely not supposed to actually be in the game though. Take this. Oh, I gotta kill this thing first. Ooh, 8 fizz damage. That's probably our upgrade right there. Watch. 392. Really? That's not an upgrade. 367. Why is this one so much better? It's +4 cold. Does that like factor that in? I swear this is like actually better. This is also estimated damage. It's not like 100% accurate, but I'm pretty sure that that one's better. And now that we've done that, it wants us to return to the camp. So let's go back. I'm gonna talk to the NPCs. And we're good.
Farewell.
And go to the right. The ritual site. So far it's pretty smooth. I don't think we've died at all. Eventually, maybe during certain bosses towards like the end game, like certain bosses, like if you don't meet the resistance threshold for like Lagoon, like you're gonna need a massive amount of cold and lightning, and if you don't reach the threshold for it, well, you're just not gonna have a good time. And in one level, we get to get dash again, and that again, we're gonna get a bunch of HP every single time we dash. You can also gain mana, it's not like that bad either. Sometimes like the aim assist on the controller is like really bad. Oh, those bleed stacks. Yeah, I love doing dot damage in the earlier stages. It's so good. Ooh, then we have 20, and then now we have another skill that we can slot in, which we're going to use shift. So, yeah, all the HP, more damage, and then we have another passive point. And this next passive point will then allow us... Do I want another one of these? Sure, let's grab that. So now we have a new skill called Explosive Trap, and let's go ahead and play with it, because I've never actually used this skill. Let's kind of just check out the performance. So, we need to throw down a trap. Oh, we can, how many traps can we have? Does it have a limit? Oh. Oh, what is that? One, is that 4? 4 or 5? Looks like four traps. So I'm wondering, like, with certain bosses, can we just like set up a bunch of traps and just like explode? Like in PoE, traps are insanely great for bosses because you just set up a bunch because the boss has a lot of like, oh, you killed me once, there's Fear Space 2, and he takes his sweet time. I almost feel like I'm using this like grenades. It's not even that bad at all. Now, is it better than like the acid elixir? Hell no. That skill's just way better. Now, maybe you can modify this to be a lot better. But you can see there's one quest over here. We can check out. So we have Lesser Refuge, Ancient Hunt, and I'm going to check over here. So this one over here, 2 passives. The other one, Idle Inventory. The other one, so we just don't want to do Clearing the Ruins. So we don't want that one pinned. I'm going to unpin that one. So this one over here is saying, oh, destroy. Oh, I think we're going to get that one done anyways. So Abandoned Tunnel. Whatever. Either way, this quest, the other quest, one of them gives us 2 passive points, which is like great. The other one is Idle Inventories, and we're going to want all of that. And I think it's better to do these now. There's very few exceptions to where like you wouldn't want to do them because you have like a, unless you're doing a speed run to get to the like the end of the to get to maps. Chalice and Burns. Let's see if that's any good. So what we're looking for on all items is basically just, does it have dexterity? If it does, it's probably going to be an upgrade. Falcon is great. Like, it's almost able to kill stuff on its own. Oh, look at that. It just goes in and AoEs everything. It's like a faster Golem. Golem is actually really good, too. Go up even higher. Look at that. Wow, Falcon is just so dang strong. We could actually use the Falcon as a skill too, because I believe there's like stuff where you can get mana with the Falcon. It's actually really strong. Ooh, a legendary just dropped. So in the top right, you'll see a little icon. Now, I'm kind of curious. I haven't actually tested this out. Well, this thing's memes anyways. Oh, it does show it up. So if I drop it, that's the little icon right there. But as far as what it does, like, well, I should show you guys it. Because, like, even though we're not going to use it, it's exciting to get a legendary, right? So what it does is you have a chance to get... Is this the bee one? Oh, okay. So it does have a bee on it, but... There's one where you can like summon bees, but elemental attacks do increase damage per ward. Now we're not gonna have too much ward anyways, so unless we're like making a build for the item, it might not even be good even for the earlier games. It's the flat damage on it, 10. Oh, we just got a set item. It's rain and legendaries now. Let's see, what did we get? We have increased minion damage. That's actually good for us. int, which isn't really good. Fire resistance is okay, and fire damage for minions. It's actually good. Actually good. We lose out on 14 health, but we gain int. Now, what does int do for us? Because we're not really stacking it, right? So we gain war retention, which we don't even have wards, so it doesn't matter. It's basically like barrier duration. Think of it kind of like that. It's a worthless stat, but surprisingly enough, we are a minion build, so it does work. $60. The pet was hitting for like 200. Look at my pet. It hits for 200, and it's so crazy good how good the Falcon is. Look at that. I mean, I guess this is like a basic... Dude, why is it raining legendaries now? That's crazy. Hello, Luna. Yes, this is indeed looking like Diablo 2. It is... I'm about to say Path of Exile. No, this is not PoE 2. This is Last Epoch. Do items have sockets in this game? Not really. I say not really because what you have is called legendary potential, and you get into legendary that can have mod slots, but it's kind of random on what you're going to be getting. I guess we could get this. I don't really need it for the mana recovery, but I can just get the extra movement speed, just so we can complete the campaign as fast as possible. It's fine, I trust that thing will kill everything. Yeah, we want to get all this dex. And eventually you want to cap out all your resistances. It helps out so much in this game. Throwing some traps down to mix it up. See how good it is. That trap does so little damage. Regrowth is probably like some sort of regen. Oh yeah, health regen. Elemental minion damage is actually something that we can scale. Most of these rings aren't even that great anyways. Chest only gave us 14 gold. Wow. How much damage? Oh, it's void and physical. We just got like absolutely just obliterated. But we actually didn't even really lose any rounds because the checkpoint was actually closer. Another legendary, wow. Like that thing did ridiculous amounts of, holy jeez. The damage on that guy is just like way overtuned. That was insane. Alright. And now we have the extra points. Nice. That was crazy amounts of damage, but more dexterity. And then now we go to this other zone. So we'll go back to the Shattered Valley because you can see that these are connected. Now, the Ruins of Wayland. Do we need to do that one? That's well. It says clearing the ruins. Now, clearing the ruins just gives us that. So I'm not going to bother doing that quest. I'm going to also unpin this one because it doesn't give us the... this one's for the main progression, so we're going to have to do it. The Ancient Hunt, though, is definitely worth doing. So where's the Ancient Hunt? Oh, it's right over here. We probably need to just turn it in. So this quest will be worth it because it's going to give us a little thing in our inventory. Nothing else was even doing anything close to that in terms of damage. So we're going to go over here to the forest, and then it's going to warp us into some alternate timeline where we're going to be getting some bonus. We're going to... I think we fight like a dragon, actually. I like how this game has dinosaurs. Sleet, something, maybe it adds cold damage? What's it do? Add some chill. This actually might be more damage because it's dot. Let's see. 390? Oh, 399. But I actually like the other one more. This one is flat dot. Oh, that's a lot of damage over time, actually. Let's look at the other legendaries that we got. I think these were the other two, right? So we have this where we have chance to inflict spreading flames. We have -4 to fire spell. This could actually be kind of cool. But you can normally get that on a scepter to have minus mana cost anyways. But the thing that's special is I guess you get to inflict spreading flames. 4% increase. You get 69 fire dot. So maybe that's what makes it okay. Melee physical damage per level. That could be pretty good. It tells us how much it's adding. That's cool. And we have melee stun chance. So I guess this item would actually scale quite well with you. Cool item. Ooh, dude, we're just getting so many. Oh, wow. I wonder if it's going to be the boots. There are some amazing boots that you can get. Did we just get them? Oh, no. Okay. The boots that I'm looking for, they're a blue pair of boots. They're really, really good. Let's see. We got increased movement speed, charge for void cleave. Okay. So, unfortunately, this is not going to be super good for us, but it might give us more movement speed. So, this gives us 6 + 6, which is 12. This gives us 8 + 9, which is 17. I'm going to run it just because more movement speed equals we get to run out of the campaign faster. So, I like it. That to me is worth it, because if you're spending most of your time in any action RPGs, usually walking in the campaign. You want to get to the end game as quickly as possible. And extra move speed is actually a defensive stat too, because if I'm not getting hit by some giant AoE that one-shots me, right, for a lot of the bosses. Because most of the time, I'm probably not going to die in the campaign, other than at the boss anyways, so it's totally fine. And then we're going to go upgrade this. Now, as far as this upgrade goes, we have to put 2 points into it to get this. I'm just going to put more points into that just for extra mobility. And we're going to get some more damage. And then when it expires, we could have it explode. And then this one, what is it? We only have to put 1 point. I don't really like the less attack speed, though. That to me is like a huge, I don't want it. So I might actually grab this instead now. I actually like the more attack speed, actually. What do we got? 1 point in this? It lasts a little bit less. So we can go into duration. Is there extended duration, or is it just more HP and it lasts longer? Abilities will drop healing potions. It's a very strange thing, but I like the idea. But we have 40% chance for it to double shot. That's pretty interesting. And you can have damage conversion. Oh, extra projectiles. But I don't think the same projectiles can hit. Oh, every 5 seconds it shoots a harpoon and pulls him towards Ballista. That's badass. I like that idea. That is awesome. Wait, you get poison chance from acid flask. Hitting your ballista with acid flask. Oh, that's actually awesome. So I can throw the acid flask on the ballista and then it applies poison damage. See, like, this is the kind of stuff that makes me like love this game and action RPGs in general with this like cool idea. Oh, the pierce actually isn't even that bad. So I might put 1 point in here, and then we're gonna get like the pierce. Just one pierce is all I think all we would need, because it's just gonna be really good for clearing out like, you know, trash mobs. Later I'm not gonna get it because I'm just gonna literally have the ballista explode. Oh, blight, is this some sort of poison? Damage over time. Thing is, it doesn't have attack speed. If it had attack speed, this actually might be more DPS too, though. It is. But I like the extra attack speed. Attack speed for me is a very hard stat to like give up. I mean, there's an exception though. If I'm losing out on like, you know, half my DPS and I'm getting like small attack speed, I'm not gonna swap. What game is this? Brenna, this is Last Epoch. So it's like if you've ever played Diablo or Minecraft Dungeons, Path of Exile, Torchlight, Wolcen, Lords of Mayhem. That's the same type of game. So we're coming up to, I believe that there's like a dragon boss over here. He's actually pretty easy though. Well, this build is making everything like super, super easy because the Falconeer class is it's definitely overtuned, but is that a bad thing? No. And I'm hoping they're so busy with the servers, they're not going to be nerfing anything. I hope they don't pull what a Diablo did in Season 0. Alright guys, ready for the what is it called? The Primeval Dragon boss fight. Look at this thing. Oh, we are shredding it. This, you actually don't want to stand inside that. It will one-shot you. There we go. It is dead. Now with this, more bleed, more bleed. What is this? Bleeding Fury can have more maximum stacks. Okay, let's just put as many points in that as possible. Because the whole point of us attacking with this is just for like bosses anyways. And then we're done with this one. Oh, actually there's a waypoint right here that we can snag. It's probably faster just to go back. I don't think we use this for like anything. So. Where do we turn this one in? Let's see, where's the Ancient Hut? Return the Chronomancer in the Council's Chambers. Where's that? The Council's Chambers? Let's just go over here. I want the Ancient Hut. Where is this? This is the Ancient Hut. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There's two quests to turn in over here. Something you're wondering are there set items ever good? You got a few of them. Look at the gear. I feel like by the time you equip them, you'll have better stuff. Oh yeah, a lot of the set stuff looks like it's early game. Now, what's interesting, if you go for like the non-trade, you can actually get all of the set items. Like, it says, like, when a set item would drop, you get all of the set. Like, that's a pretty crazy mod. Some of them are okay. Like, there's a +2 curse, +2 minions. And then, like, some of the stuff may double dip in the tags, right? So you can get, like, +4 to all your skills. +4, it's not bad. Now, at this point, I'm kind of lazy. I'm not even, like, really looking at the stuff. So we actually have more HP here. 16 HP. I don't know what other idols we had. That's fine. I probably am equipping like the better ones in my other character. I'm kind of too lazy to read this stuff. Okay, 2 vitality. Oh, but we can't equip that one because the idle slots that we unlocked aren't the correct angle. So now we're going to go back over here. We're going to go to the courtyard. So we're going to go from Shadow Valley to the courtyard. I'm going to also double check to make sure we don't have any quests that we need to complete here. And what I mean by any quest that we need to complete is the quests that give good rewards, because I don't care at all about like some gold and XP. I'd rather spend that 5 minutes at the end game versus getting some extra bonus. Now, if it's on the way and I'm just collecting the rewards, then that's fine. I don't know, for whatever reason, the quests aren't even appearing. But let's just keep on going. We'll worry about that when we need to. Tag them all once over there. I want to be able to do the damage alongside with my pet, my minions. Look at this. I mean, this class is just so fast. And then we just need to get 5 into that. Okay, cool. So 5 now. The Falcon deals additional damage based on our dexterity. Like, originally for this like YouTube playthrough, I was planning to go Blade Dancer, because like I know it's like I know that build It's actually one of the fastest leveling builds, but like, it was. Maybe this is actually faster now, because this is like crazy. This is on the same level of like Warlock, is it Chthonian, like Fissure, and like that build is really good too. But they have like buffed and nerfed stuff, so maybe they're all much better. Do I prefer this over D4? Right now, yeah, because it's a new game, so for sure. But like, I like Diablo. Like Diablo's visuals are way better, no doubt. But this game's end game. Oh, I like it a lot more. So you can see. Oh no, we can't walk across. Can we actually TP across now? Have to go all the way around. Is that one-shotting things? Well, look at that. That is one-shotting things. The turret. Oh, we're gonna get that piercing.
Easy. Too easy.
The reason why I like having the dash heal is because that way you don't have to pick up the potions. It's like sometimes the potions are like far away from where you've got to walk. Oh, all those. Bow. Once in a while, like I'll start picking up bows, and this game does not have like item power. Like in Diablo, like you're always picking up like newer items, and I actually don't really think that that's a good design in the game. I mean, I don't think the best item should drop at level 1, but I like the idea of like Path of Exile or Diablo 2 for like the itemization. Versus like I like the item power thing is just like, it makes everything that drops in the game obsolete. And in this game, it's much more friendly in that aspect. Alright, so we need to get this now. Now we're gonna get 3 points in this, and we're gonna get as much bonus to our move speed as possible. It only lasts like 1.5 seconds, but it's a very short cooldown on a skill anyways. 14 stacks of bleed? Oh. 14 stacks of bleed is like the same as one auto on a falcon. that should say something, man. I mean, I know I'm expected to like bleed, but like 14 stacks is quite a bit of, you know. Right, let's pick up that quiver. Ooh. Ooh, a unique ring. Let's check it out. And we got a new quiver too, potentially. So we got increased attack speed, Fizz. What does this give us? Fizz fire. Oh, no. Unfortunately, it's not going to be good. We got melee, bow, increased health regen, 100% critical strength with third strike of flurry. Oh, running puncture. Unlucky. 90% chance to get haste on. Oh, hell yes. All right, let's go. Awesome. I think we can go this way. I'm actually really happy with puncture right now. Like the performance of it is still really good. Another bow. Let's see if I can. No, you can't go through that. Just trying to warp through that. I'm actually kind of curious. Can I do it right here? I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to speed run through the campaign right now, but there's a chest over here. Let's go ahead and open up that one. I mean, we literally got a legendary off that last one. Got some extra idols here. So idols are the blue ones. We need to get ones with dexterity. And this one gives us extra mana regen, but we need. Okay, there's a tiny one over here. It's so small. Alright, what else do we have? We have Void Res. I'll keep this other one because that's vitality. Ideally, what you're looking for is in most situations is health or vitality, and then a resistance. That's like the best. That's what you're hoping for in your idols. And then late game, you can get things that actually affect builds. I mean, you can get basically 100% damage to like a very specific skill. And if you want to stack those, that's actually possible. We got that Guardian. Dang, he's already almost dead. I know I've said it like 1,000 times, but like it really is just like so overtuned. I got loot hacks. Wait, how? Because we got like 5 or 6 legendaries in this. Honestly, this game is not that hard to get legendaries. It's very, very friendly. It's what I would consider very fair. They're not so often like in D3. But like late game, you get like a lot, to be honest. Late game, it's not as much as D3. But like you get a decent amount. But there's actually kind of a point to them because legendaries, you want legendaries with legendary potential. So in a way you could think of it like kind of ancestral. Like, you know what? Like a legendary isn't anything unless it's ancestral in Diablo. Let's see if this is any good. Minion health. I mean, the minion health doesn't matter at all for us. Point here. So what are we gonna get now? So if I want to stick with Falconer, we can put a bunch of points into this. Hold on. Let me like do this real quick. Because to go for cold conversion, that's like super. I want to say it's pretty far late in the game. It's fine. The Falcon should probably save us from anything that would actually do damage. So we can get increased mana regen. Now it's a pretty small amount, but it does add up. So you do increase damage while wielding a bow, and your bow have a chance to grant your Falcon additional melee damage. If it was just like grants your minions, I mean, 6% damage and then, oh, do you have to put 4 points into it? Oh, it's just like, oh, that's actually not that bad to put 1 point into it. Have a chance. So what is the chance? Oh, it's a chance to buff the Falcon. So it only gives you 1 melee damage? It's a very small amount. So we have Falcon, increased throwing attack speed. Probably don't want that. So increased melee damage with a 2-handed weapon. So fire pen with a staff. So wait, a falconer could be like a staff wielder, like you're. That's kind of a cool idea. I like that idea in terms of a design. I'm probably just gonna go for wilderness. We already have a way to get haste right now, so it's not like super important. But as we progress in here, there's some that are gonna be kind of nice. Like Tailwind is actually really good. So we could probably like look into that, or we can get Glancing Blows and Blade Dancer, which is great. I actually just want to get as much Dex as possible, because again, Dex is everything in this game. So I'm probably just going to max out Dex, and if there's any other bonus nodes that we can grab, let's see. Increased damage with 1-handed weapon. This is actually really good. That's actually really good. But I'm not going to be able to do that till late game, because I want a good shield, and then I have to invest in Glancing Blows, and there's a lot more that goes into like that if I want to run one-handed, because it's totally possible. Right now I have like my bonuses with bows work. I think I'm gonna actually double check on that, because this is actually kind of important. So with our skills, it's it's just damage modifiers. Okay. But I think it actually has a bow tag on Ballista. So I'm guessing damage with bows stacks with it. But there's a lot of stuff that's unknown. I'm pretty sure yeah, minion damage I know works with it. It has the minion tag, right? Minion and dexterity. Oh, it doesn't even have bow. This, we were getting what? More damage, unfortunately, lower attack speed, but it'll be worth it because we're just going to get that 1 pierce. 1 or 2 pierce, maybe 2, because that means it's hitting 3 targets per attack. This way we just get a little bit faster clear speeds. What's this shrine? I was waiting for him to drop something, which unfortunately never happened. This is a kind of a weird thing, because you can see on the minimap, it doesn't show that we can walk through here, but you do walk through here. Ooh, 25. Nice, nice. More decks. More decks. You got 2 legendaries outside the free ones they give? Ah. Huh? I mean, I've got a bunch, but most of them, like, the only good one that I've gotten so far is the ring. Which, I mean, yeah, it's just, gives us 9%. It's basically the haste on hit, so we get to move a little bit faster. We want to go over there, but we can't go there yet. Go there at the very end.
Easy. Too easy.
Ooh. Something doing big damage over there. So yeah, once we're in this area, I'm pretty sure just go top left. And later we're gonna go back. Might want to get some more HP, I've noticed. Sometimes you can do it by ear, or like kind of how it feels. It's a pretty good amount of damage while holding a dagger. Boots of defense. This doesn't really matter that much. The dodge thing. I'll do that later when I have another skill point. So I think it's giving us like... Even giving us... I don't know if I expect it for mana. All I really like it for is the HP. Far away we are. Okay. Even though it says go this way. We'll see. Oh. There are a lot of like areas in this game where it wants to go like all the way around. So great. It just does a little spin. That's like, it's not even an ability that I'm activating on the eagle too, or the falcon. It just does it. There we go. Oh, one more. Just do the giant loop. This should connect. So we just went all the way around. Now we can go this way. Because before, I believe how it works is it's locked. And we did something that unlocked it. It's actually a really cool thing. Well, oh, no, we gotta go back over here now. We'll go this way. The monsters will already pretty much be dead. Oh, I see it there. You may actually, it might be faster if you go into the middle first and then it tells you where to go. But I see where it is. We just missed out on that little area. I'll just kill all the stragglers. Alright, so now that we're waiting for this, go put a point in that. And then let me put more HP and dodge rating. So I feel like we're getting a little bit squishier. Ideally, I would say about 1,000 HP should be good for the campaign. Like, you don't need to go over that. Because there's are a bunch of uniques in the game which will give you a bunch of survivability. Okay. I think are we good now? You can just go to the right. I may have to activate something before that. But yes, Kitty, the game is playable. Now, for the most part, I'd say it's like 90% playable. I've gotten stuck in a couple loading screens, but if that happens, like I would wait maybe a minute on the loading screen, and then if your game like doesn't load, just Alt F4, you know, task manager the game, reopen up the game. But for the most part, it is indeed working. You can actually play Last Epoch now. Online, that is, because offline was already fine, but I don't want to play offline, you know? It's weird, because normally you'd think, oh, you have to activate the other side of the bridge. I don't know, they put two of the things there. Blazing through that game, man. Is that 213? So we're just gotta blaze through while he does some ASMR.
Easy. Too easy.
Quiver. We don't need a staff. To answer your question, Luis, which one do I like better? Right now, I'm enjoying this game more than Diablo. Because it's a new game. 30 stacks of bleed. Bleed stacks up, okay? 32. I actually do like that the Falconer is like a little bit stronger than I expected it to be. The reason why...
After eons alone,
It's because like you don't want like a cool new class to just come out and it's like underperforming, right?
Precipice of a broken world, there is hope.
Okay. So we got like the last epoch logo icon item. Hopefully we can load in because it looks like I don't know what that little thing is that like you see like, oh, maybe there's because we're with controller. You see that? But I'm hoping that we don't have to reload because sometimes when it goes to this, I don't know if it's on the bottom if there's another little like loading thing. But I'll wait like 30 seconds. If it doesn't work, then what we'll do is we'll task manager the game, go back in again. I'll give it like 30 seconds. How do you pull up the map overlay? So on controller, you click down on the left analog stick. If you're on PC, you hit the tab button. Okay, finally we loaded in. Good. All right.
Don't stay safe.
Okay. So we're gonna actually have to go all the way around. I believe he's up here. It's kind of weird how they have this set up. There we go. Talk to the elder.
We seek out the outcast queen, leader of the living rebels, and show her the epoch. The rest will be up to you.
We're waiting for the game to load up. What build do I plan on playing? I plan on playing the most broken build in the game that I'm aware of, which is the explosive ballista. It legit pops the entire screen. I don't think they're gonna nerf it. Like I just really hope that they're gonna be smart and they're gonna be like, okay, well, let people have fun for season 1. Like whatever thing is broken on OP, just let them do it. The only thing that I would nerf if I was the game developers of this game is if something like summons 1,000 minions and it causes the servers to crash them. Yeah, that's fine. You could make that unplayable. You can nerf it to the ground. But unless it breaks the game, like as in it breaks the game's servers or causes so much lag, or if there's a duping exploit with a certain skill, that's fine. But do not nerf anything because let the people have fun. That's the way I see a game, especially in season 1. You want it to like have the craziest stuff in terms of memories for people, versus like, oh, you got to use that build for 1 week, and then oh, you got to complete all content using this broken build, and then now, well, you can't. And also, the game it's supposed to load. I think we might have to reload the game though. I'm not sure if how this game works is if you get a bad server or a good server and like your character's locked to that like server or something. I don't know how it works, but sometimes I feel like when I'm on a slow server, it like my character just like takes a long time loading. We were doing pretty good for a while. Was that a dragon? That's actually pretty cool. Do you guys see that? That dragon, I'm pretty cool. Let's go ahead and leave the game. So we don't need to reopen up the whole game, but just leaving and going to character screen and then go right back in. All right, let's try this. They were already 26 and we were just blazing through content. Okay, well, we're already almost at like the 1 hour point, which is kind of what I wanted to keep this little game in terms of our play sessions. A squirrel build? Oh, isn't that like what Zizran made with like a certain item? Okay, I think the servers might be having issues. Oh, we're good. Okay, I'm gonna do like one more quest for this little playthrough. Then maybe we'll be good. I hear everything loading in. It just seems like now maybe there's more people that are like waking up and playing the game right now, so a little bit lag. I just hate like how long it takes to load in. Alright, you know what we'll do for this part of the playthrough? This is what, part 3? Part 3 of our little playthrough right here. This is where we're going to end it because, I don't know, I might have to like reset and do this a couple times until we can actually play. The servers may still just be absolutely slammed. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed part 3, drop a like on your way out. I'll see you guys in part 4 of our last epoch walkthrough guide for the entirety of the game. But thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace. Alright, so let me go ahead and name that part 3. And eventually we might load in. You had to kill your game. You can't. Oh, you can't get back in. So it could be the servers. Let's go check their Twitter. If the servers are dead, you know, we can come back later and play. Let me check. Last epoch. All right, let's check their Twitter because the game is clearly like not working right now. Oh, it's an online service update, guys. They have some fix. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but that's the reality of the game. It says they're playing a back-end fix and solving the issues. This fix is not expected to cause any service disruption. Just kidding, it still does. I'm curious to look at the still not fixed 4 days. Yeah, it's not connecting launch day, and even next day you get patient and understand day 3. Oh, he's mad. I don't blame him though, you know. Can you fix a server? I can't play. Yep. Keep up the great work. It's so funny that they're don't become Anthem. Was Anthem broken too when it launched? I think the game's broken, guys. It was unplayable today. It was working pretty good for a while, but looks like it's dead now. But we'll be back later. I'll come back in a couple hours, and if the game's working, we'll play. If not, maybe a little Overwatch. But anyways, thanks for coming by, guys. Appreciate it. I'll be back. I'll check once the server's up. Till then, I'm going to be uploading YouTube stuff. So if you guys want to follow me on YouTube, and this is your first time here, my YouTube name is the exact same as TikTok and Twitch. But if you're watching this on TikTok, click the pink plus if you guys want to catch me later. If you guys are watching this on Twitch, you guys click on the purple bar in the bottom right if you guys want to catch me later, unless it loads in within the next couple seconds. I'm hopping off, but I don't know if it's going to load in. I think it's just at the point where we got to wait for them to fix whatever. It could be an hour, it could be 10 minutes. I don't know. That's the thing. Don't know. And that's really unfortunate because, like, I just want to play the game, you know? I think everyone just kind of wants to play. All right, well, let's see if I got all we're playing. All right. Well, my homie Lexi's playing. If you want to stick around on Twitch for my homie, feel free to go and do so. If not, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.